like a geezer.
I'm not sure why I put the abominable snowman at the end of that trailer. I think it was like, is that like a representation of Kelsey? You know, as the humble bumble there. Anyway, hey everybody, welcome. It is Graybeard'S studio time. This is episode 24. You guys voted on it, and you have decided that we're going to be doing cold cereal mascots from our youth. So I'm actually pretty excited. There's a lot of stuff to choose from here. It's a literal gold mine of sugary characters. So I cannot wait. So let me say hey to the chat real quick before I bring in my co-hosts, because I keep forgetting to do that, and then we get too far into it, and then I forget, and then I just feel bad. So let's do that right now. Nosferatu Zod is here first. He says Graybeard'S is the #1 CG show, and you know what? How can I not agree with that? Thank you. Will Excel is here. Holder 6480. Joseph Dredd. Repairman Jack says, I'm going to try and get cannonballed today. Well, hashtag Comicsgate. You don't have to try too hard because I'm very touchy, as you know. McGregorable is here. Duck Bacon, Blackjack, Brian Norton. Hail to the best show in CG. There's 2 votes for #1 right there. Thank you very much. Xena the Stoic is here. Booberry or I Walk, he says. Nosferatu Zod, he's recommending Gorilla Munch. I don't even know what that is. Sequential Treasures is here. He said, and I'll bet you that Aaron Lopresti draws Frankenberry. That's a bet you could win. Zeno the Stoic says, does anyone else remember having our bowl of Captain Crunch in the morning and then realizing how badly shredded your mouth was an hour later? We were just having that conversation backstage that it was so good, but it just tore your mouth to pieces. Squibs is here. There's Leg Kick, because Leg Kick, of course, is almost always here. Pity Maw is here. Loves today's theme. Rudy Jade 90, Mighty Geek Studios. Now, Aaron, you have to draw Count Chocula. So now I'm getting pressure. Count Chocula says Nosferatu is a good choice. Mr. Joker 1121 just can't get enough of that super sugar crisp. Yep. Bill Weist is here. Zaid Comics, of course, is here. That's Phil Diaz. H is for Heretic. Michael Bancroft, all the way from Australia, says, love Aaron, but he's bragging a lot lately. Time to take him down a peg or two, fellas. We shall see, Michael. This isn't a competition, by the way. I don't want you to get carried away now. Yeah, let's see here. Mr. B in sweatpants is here. I've worked around that pretty well. Fano Life is here. Ronan, of course, Randy Hill, all the way from Canada. Did I say Ruby Jade 90? There he or she is. Ronan is here. Gray Wolf Graphics. Okay, I think I got everybody. Let's bring in our co-hosts for today's wonderful show. Of course, the amazing, the talented, the incredible, but man, a few words. It's David Williams. There he is. Hey, David. Good. Thanks for joining us. Let's talk. Let's talk to someone who actually talked back. He's an anchor of great repute. Is that the right way to phrase that? But
wait. Reintroduce me again.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the man who, there he is. He's funkadelic. He's David Williams. Where do you get those funky glasses at, man? I want to get a pair. Well, that was sure worth the reintroduction. Let's get back to the man we like to call Gary Martin. There he is. Hey, Gary. Thanks for joining us. Oh,
Hey, everybody! Great to be here, especially since I'm clearly the most handsome of all the Graybeard'S.
Did you like
But
buy
of course, this is not a competition.
I love that he bought that from Kelsey and then cut it up like a paper doll. And speaking of Kelsey, he was out earlier today hunting alligators in his backyard, but he's managed to circle back around to come on the show. Kelsey Shannon, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that abominable snowman is me at this at the Cereal Mascots. I don't know what the hell to do with this. So this is.
Are you kidding me? You have so many choices. It's unbelievable.
All I ate was Captain Crunch as a kid, and I feel like one of you guys are probably doing Captain.
Well, David actually said he was doing Captain Crunch. So although he had a second choice too. So dude, let me look at you got.
I'm gonna lean on chat for this one. They're gonna let me know what to do.
Well, what about the Lucky Charms elf guy or leprechaun and of course Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger, that's a good one. Is that a cereal?
Yeah, Sugar Frosted Flakes.
Oh yeah. I like that one.
And then there's Quisp, little alien guy with the spinner on his head. Quake, the construction.
Just the idea of the cereal is making my mouth hurt right now. I'm old. I can't eat that cereal anymore.
Toucan Sam.
Someone on Kelsey's show said do Toucan Sam as Hawkman. Yeah, and I like that idea. That was cool.
Do athletes
that works.
Cereal boxes count?
Does what, Gary?
On cereal boxes. Does that count? Like Wheaties?
Oh yeah, draw a
Bruce
sports
Jenner?
figure. Yeah, Bruce Jenner.
Is that where you're going with this, Gary?
Well,
Sorry, Caitlyn Jenner.
Yeah.
Gary, get out! You just dead named him. Get out.
Yeah.
Dude, there's also, you can do the Flintstones because of Cocoa Pebbles. You could do and Fruity Pebbles. You could do.
Batman was technically a cereal, so I could do that.
G.I. Joe had his own cereal. There's all kinds of stuff, man. What's this? There's a Fire and Ice cereal. Remember that Frazetta cereal? No, I'm kidding.
I might do Fruit Loops, or no, not Fruity Pebbles, so I can draw Fred Flintstone.
Why is that funny? Just to say Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops. Yeah, that's
we were just talking about Jenner.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Fruit Loops. No, I changed my mind. I'm gonna do Fruity Pebbles.
Well, and look at the little elves from the Rice Krispie Treat guys. The three of those guys. I think they're related to the Keebler elves. So there's just all kinds of choices, man.
Ronan says the Trix Rabbit. I could do the
Trix
I could do Trixie Rabbit, like his hot sister.
That's right.
You should get Aaron in, not Aaron, Ethan in here, and he could do Dig 'em, and he could also do the honey oats bee from the Cheerios.
And they can fight.
So it'll look like Cyber Frog.
Versus the Vespas.
I might do Trixie Rabbit because tricks are for men. Actually,
there you go.
That's right. Trixie is
turns tricks for men.
G Money said, "That's right." His pimp game antennas went up.
That's right.
So happy that Gary's still alive.
Yeah.
I was wondering. How you feeling, man?
I'm hanging in there.
All right.
Christina Lynn is trying to encourage me to go Count Chocula and the whole gang. So she wants the whole monster trio.
Oh. Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah, there you go.
all of them.
Was
you share my artwork for a second? Maybe I can inspire.
Whoa, Fruit Brute. There you go.
Dude, that's
Gary won already. Damn.
Oh,
that's from Werewolf by Night number 16, right?
A commission I did.
Yeah, that's That's Werewolf by Night 16, where Plug did the cover, and it's Dracula versus the Werewolf by Night.
Yep.
That's awesome.
All right. It was a good show.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
No, you actually have to do it on the show. Okay. Okay, Gary, since we have you up and we're doing share and tell here, what else you got on here?
Decided to show a few commission pieces.
Okay.
That I haven't. Let's see. How long we show this one?
Oh wow! Look at that!
Oh my gosh, you got all the Jokers.
That's great. Which one is it?
Batman's there looking at him going,
I'm either leaning for second from the left or second from the right. Those are mine.
Yeah. And even, Clyde even wanted a little Lego Joker. You see him on the stool.
Oh, that's cute. I like it.
The animated Joker is my favorite, man. I'd go with that.
Mm-hmm. Whoa!
Bolin style wanted poster.
So is that's original concept by you, but just done it Boland-esque?
Yeah.
Yes.
How did you do that?
Great with the splatter on the bricks and lots of
Oh, okay, splatter. Nice.
That's more toothbrush splatter there, the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! Look at
But
that.
yeah,
Awesome.
You have to mask everything, and then when you pull the mask off, you have to re-ink some of the lines.
That's too much work, man.
Yeah.
It is lots of work.
That's fantastic. It looks like the eagle on his shoulders just died. He's exhausted. He's like,
Yeah, it does.
I'm tired.
For 50 years.
Looking in the mirror.
Hanging with this guy is exhausting.
Lots of compliments coming in the chat.
This is my version of Power Girl.
Dude, that's fantastic.
Covering
what a
up
great
her
idea.
boob window out of modesty.
I didn't want the opposite direction of Wally Wood.
That's right. Well, no, that's actually kind of clever. I like that. Ruby Jade 90 for $5. Thank you. Appreciate that very much. Gary, I just unwrapped the Trinity piece I ordered. She's even more beautiful in person. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, that's thanks for grabbing that. I appreciate it. So that clarifies that Ruby is female. Because you asked about Aaron earlier.
I did. So, all right, Ruby, I would assume, but we never assume gender on this show. We want to be politically correct at all times.
We don't even assume our own gender.
That's correct. We're fluid. We're gender fluid. Oh, there's Dan the Pizza Man Genovese. Says that looks great. Chris Maycock is here. Sheldon Martin dropped in. A modest boob window is very classy and ironic. Laugh out loud.
He's laughing at his own boob window joke.
That's right. He cracks himself up.
Crack me up.
Elongated Musket likes it. That's not surprising. We got a big quote here from Mr. Joker 1128. Says, I can't believe we escaped those horrible vampires, but it was worth it to get back our super sugar crisp cereal. Homer Simpson. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome. If you're just dropping in, we got people coming in late, of course, and that's totally fine. The door's always open. But please hit the like and subscribe while you're here. Helps the channel grow, helps us feel good about ourselves and all that kind of good stuff. That's some nice looking stuff, Gary. I assume some of those are going to appear in your book,
Yes.
Brush with Destiny.
Some of them will, yes.
Okay, let me bring that up.
Would you call it Black Lives Matter? Is that?
Well, it was going to be called that.
Oh, okay.
Changed his mind at the last minute. Went with a little bit more dignified. There it is. Brush with Destiny. Did that change the way it looked? Have they reformatted?
Yeah, there was some artwork there, and it kept shrinking. I'm going to have to put it back. It was the cover.
Yeah. And I was like, no, it's not. Okay. Well, anyway, the link is in the description of this video. It'll take you right there. All you have to do is type in your email address, and then you get on Gary's mailing list so he can keep you updated for when the book goes live. This is going to be really a tremendous book to have. Look at, there's just a couple of the pieces that are probably on the inside of that book. So, yes.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Here he comes. You know him as B in Sweatpants. For $4.99.
A whole different deal. A bee in his sweatpants.
That's right.
I'm trying to say here he comes. That doesn't.
Yeah. Oh, that's probably not good. $4.99. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it, man. How about a strung out on sugar Honey Smacks frog?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. I've got a good idea for the bear from
Golden
Super
Grains?
Sugar Crisp. But I really kind of want to do Frankenberry too. So,
but every time you draw a bear, it looks like a dog. So don't do it.
Oh, that's right. They all.
Well, I got an idea. Do both.
Yeah, there you go.
Was there a dog cereal?
Yeah, I think. Yeah. What was that? One that looked like it was like a werewolf. It was one of those monsters.
Fruit Brute.
Fruit Brute. That's right.
Yeah, it was
Fruit
Gary
Brute.
just. Yeah, that was just Gary just did.
Yeah.
It was Fruit Brute versus Count Chocula.
Yeah.
What you just
Good.
showed. Okay, David, you got any artwork you want to show us? Before we
We're
get
gonna go
going?
to Kelsey first.
All right,
Oh, no,
Kelsey.
you got to show your double. Or no,
No, you go first.
Okay.
In other
Well,
words,
here
he's
I'll
not
just show
ready.
what I'm working on right now.
Okay, you were just doing this on your show earlier today.
Yeah, and I got it's gotten a lot better. It was really dark, and I decided to throw a little white in there. White always makes things right.
Yeah.
No color. What are you guys thinking? Oh my god. Jeez. Nah, man, softened it up a little bit. I think it's coming out pretty good.
The white has so much power. Don't you agree?
Why, yes, I do. No, but I mean, I think it's coming out again. Like David was saying, I think even Aaron, we'll just keep going with it. Don't give up. I mean, at first it was like frustrating. I'm like, I'm not sure this is working, and you just keep going on it and keep kind of figuring things out. And now I'm liking it a lot more. So I'm gonna keep.
It has a Jim Silky vibe to me.
Oh, I love Jim Silk. Silky.
The legs remind me a lot of Jim Silk, and it
Is it
reminds me
silk?
of the David
Yeah,
Soul
Silk.
song.
Her knee is a little too low on this side, but that's okay. We'll let that go.
Man, if you don't mention it, people don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a
Now
little too
people are
honest
gonna
for my
see
own
it.
good.
Yeah.
No, I wish I had a cut of David Soul's song from the 70s. Remember, it was "Don't Give Up on Us, Baby."
Yes.
You can find that right then. Every time Kelsey gets, "Don't give up on us, baby."
That's
Gotta
right.
do her lipstick and get the bone color in there, and just I don't know. I'm gonna keep messing with it and see if it turns out okay. Add a little highlights on her skin.
Yeah,
It's
no,
looking very cool.
it's looking
Thank you.
good. Looking good.
Yeah, it is.
So, is that
that's
all
all.
you got? You got
I
anything
think
else?
so.
That's
Well, I mean, I got what did we do last week?
I don't remember.
You don't remember? Oh, I did find this, by the way. You guys were asking about the
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
War
there
of the
it is.
Worlds
So you
piece.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. You redrew that.
Yeah. I found the other one too, but I like this one more, I think.
Well,
my little
yeah,
battleship
because
in there.
That the first one you did was like 5th place. This has got moved you up into 4th.
Oh, okay, good.
So
Much better. I need to write that in here. 4th place.
yeah, there you go. Sequential Treasure says $100 confirmed for Kelsey's Rogart if he stops now. Yeah.
Rogart. Yeah. If I stop now, but I gotta,
No, I
I
threw that in
four
there.
things in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ruin it.
It's still not ruined yet. I gotta.
Yeah, you got to
working on
keep
it.
going, man.
Pablo says that he can't stop looking at the knee.
At the knee. Oh, okay. Here, I'll help.
No, it looks fine, dude. It does
It
not
looks
because
totally
There
fine.
it is.
Yeah,
Look at that knee.
that's not too low,
It's
dude.
perfect.
It's right because
It's right.
It's like this one even has the proper little extra bit down here. This one doesn't.
okay. You know what? Will you stop it?
See, you're getting into hyper realism and forgetting the cartooniness.
Jeez, man. Mr. Joker wants to know what was the name of Nick Fury's saber-toothed tiger. Nick Fury had a saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember this?
I didn't know he had a name, or at least I forgot.
I don't remember that. I remember Dum Dum Dugan was like his buddy, but that's the only thing I remember.
Well, it was in the Savage Land bit.
Kazar. That's Kazar.
Oh, in this story arc?
It was Kazar's thing. Yeah.
It was Zabu. That's Kazar's lion.
Yeah, that's Kazar.
It was rolling around with Fury in that Savage Land saga, part of X-Men when Claremont and Jim Lee were doing it, right?
Oh,
the time when nobody cared.
Remember Steranko Nick Fury stories where he drew Steranko in his hip apartment, and then he claimed that was his apartment later. But there's this story
Steranko?
I think it's Spy School, where he gets up in the morning and shaves and then goes to work, and it shows this really super modern apartment. And I'm thinking, if he had a saber-toothed tiger as a pet, the size of the litter box.
Aaron almost did a spit take again. There it goes. There it goes.
Vulcan sparks, and then
okay, I got it down. Oh my gosh,
I got it down.
All right, so David, let's see what you got for show and tell today here.
I did a couple of things on the 4C channel last night. So here's a few sketches. This is Wonder Boy or whatever from Legion of Superheroes.
I have no idea, but I'll take your word for it.
4C channel?
Ultra Boy or whatever.
What's a 4C channel?
Look it up.
Look it up. Look it up.
Yeah, he does art auctions for artists. He has you come on, and then people take requests during the show, and you do sketches for people and make some.
I'm gonna do that when people ask what have you done? I'm gonna say, look it up.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not doing your work for you.
Randy Howell from Canada says Ultra Boy is who that
was. Okay, Ultra Boy nerd. So that was a test and you failed. Here's Nick Fury.
Agent of Shield.
The Nick Fury.
Yeah, right. Oh, and I like that. I like that a lot. The shadow, baby. Look at that.
Oh, that's great. I love the graphic quality of that. Really neat.
Yes, that's so cool.
And then bam!
Yeah. Zongas, baby. I'm surprised you can even lift that without the paper.
I know, right?
Over.
David, do you
I know Dale Keown couldn't lift it.
His shoulders gave out on it.
He's like,
He lifted up that 20-pound copy paper, and he's like, I can't hold it any longer.
My arms hurt.
Is that gouache?
Yeah, it's gouache, and then the background is gouache and acrylic.
The colors are very, very vibrant.
Yeah, I like it. Gouache is. I'm thinking gouache is the thing, man. It's just you can do a lot of different things with it.
Hold on, is that right knee?
Yeah,
yeah, that knee is lower than.
What's up with the knees on that, man? Jeez, get your act together. Yeah.
Beautiful.
No, that's good stuff. That one's sold in the auction. All this stuff is already sold. Hey, what are you doing? All those are already sold, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Snooze, you lose.
That's right. But you can always commission David to do more.
That's right.
He's always got a water heater on the verge of breaking. So
the verge of breaking.
Let's see. The B-Man says for $4.99, thank you so much again. He says, Aaron, do you have an email I can contact you at? I'd like to discuss a commission if you have time to do it. I have a list going right now, and I'm going to probably hit it pretty hard in August once I finish Wraith of God. So if you can,
he doesn't do the artwork. He hits the list.
That's right.
That's all he does.
I spill vodka on it and mail it out.
Yeah.
Hey, that's my game.
So just contact me at Aaron at aaronlopresti.com, or you can go to my website, which is aaronlopresti.com, and there's a email thing right in there as well. So if you can spell my name, you can get in touch with me. So there you have it. Aaron at aaronlopresti.com.
So
okay.
What's the final lineup?
Well, I got show and tell yet. It's my turn now. That's what's pushing me around, man. Okay, this is kind of interesting from a technical standpoint. I got my my proofs for the second printing of Wraith of God, and so they printed these out for me. These are uncoded yet, so they're not coded like they're going to be, but just for me to check the placement and everything. The blue line here is where they score the cover. So, when you open it up, it has a little bit of a bend to it there. And so basically they printed me an entire book that has all the pages in it. And so I get to go through them and check and make sure they're cut right. And then of course there's the black and white cover that will be the virgin cover, as we say, with no logo. It's just the artwork on it. There's I think I only printed up like 300 of these, so this is going to be very, very rare.
What do you mean we, as we say? I've never used that phrase in my life. Virgin cover.
That means there's no logo.
I know, but have you ever used that phrase?
Okay, Gary,
I'm not. It always creeps me out, honestly.
David, have you ever used that phrase?
No, I never did.
Okay.
Okay, when I say we, I mean people in the industry that know what they're doing. Okay,
I mean white folks.
All right, now check this out. This is how big this was printed on a 4-color press, right? Like in a web press.
Wow.
And this is for color checks on all the pages.
Uh-huh.
And so this was the last couple pages. Spoiler. Anyway, check this out. So I have to go over all these pages on these sheets and make sure that they're lined up right. The color's good. There's nothing funky with the word balloons or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so I should sell these, right? Sign them and sell the big.
Yeah, absolutely. How do those print? I mean, typically color prints darker. How does that print?
It's interesting because I compared this, right? Now this is a different printer than I used on the first printing, but I took out my book and kind of held it up to what I got printed last time to these. And the colors are right on the money, but they're just a hair bit richer on this here. And they're telling me this is accurate to what I'm going to get. So the colors might be a little bit more vibrant on the second printing. I don't know. We'll see. But they look really good. And like I said, they're telling me that this is actually what it's going to look like when it prints. So this print job will be a little bit brighter than the last issue, if that is true, or the first printing, which is kind of interesting. Just a hair, but I just found that kind of interesting. But the colors and everything are right on the money, so it looks really good. Randy Howell says, will those proofs fit into your flat files? Well, it depends on the size of your flat files. I don't know if mine are big enough or not.
Mine are.
Do you have like those big industrial sized?
Yes,
I do.
Well, I've got mine are about. I've got 42 inches. I think are the biggest flat files I have.
No, I use an old dresser. I don't have a fancy.
Oh,
That you bought at the dollar store.
Listen how smooth this is. Wait, here it is. Oh wait, that's not it. Yeah, there you go. I don't know if you can hear that. Nice and smooth.
no, when everybody went digital, like 10, 15 years ago, you'd go through. You get on Craigslist or whatever, and all these architecture places were just like getting rid of their flat files, and so I would just like buy them because they were just dirt cheap, And so I have a bunch of. I got 4 wooden flat files. My dad made one of them, but the other 3 I bought just from architecture places, just blowing them out. So
I want to definitely get into some woodworking. I want to build a desk like David's got, that giant desk with the light underneath the light box. And I'd love to build my own flat file. Yeah, look at that. It's so hard to find that stuff, and when you do, it's so expensive. I feel like I can build it a lot easier and a lot cheaper. And get it exactly how I want it.
I think
I'll show you something real quick. Check this out.
Artists.
What are you saying, Gary?
I think they purposely gouge artists because artist furniture is so expensive.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at the size of that drafting table I have back there.
Oh.
My dad built that for me when I was 16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We went into Art Media. It was a store here in Portland, Gary's familiar with, I'm sure.
Excuse me, I got gas.
And they had that exact table in there. But it was like $500 and some, right? And this is like 1980, right? So I mean, that was a lot of money. So my dad and I went in there with a tape measure and measured the whole thing, and it was all oak and everything. And my dad made it out of pine, but then he put oak veneer over all of it, and so yeah, and it looks exactly like the one that was in that. What I wanted.
Why are you using this one? What's so good about this one? Is it bigger?
This one?
Yeah.
No, this is just a little small one that Shelly got me because it's closer to the computer, so I can hook the camera up and do the live stream.
Okay. But do you use the other one for? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
And I've got a drafting table over here, a huge one that I got from our neighbors in Florida. The guy, his wife was a architect, and she wanted to get rid of it. So it's an old wooden, almost antique looking. It's got to be from the 60s.
So how many tables do you have in your studio?
1, 2. I got one downstairs. 3, 4.
Why?
Huh?
Is that for guests?
No, dude, I collect them. I just run out of space.
God,
I have one in my garage, but I don't count that one.
Well, I got 2 in my garage. I mean, 2 in my storage.
Count. I got 3 painting easels too.
Wow.
That's because you're a legitimate artist. That's what.
I could never work on it.
I want to be a legitimate artist. That's why. Now, check this out. There's an oil painting that I have on my board that I've got to finish.
Wow.
Whoa.
When did you start that?
Dude.
So 30 years ago.
Yeah, no, seriously, it was probably 15, 20 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, it was for my monster book or a creature book.
You're brushing off the dust.
I am. No, I'm sitting on it's sitting on an easel over here. And what I did was, this is like a Mojo store or something, and so I went in with
We
acrylic.
put dust on for a special effect.
So I inked it basically with acrylic paint is what I did. And then I went over and did the background in oils. And then I've been meaning to paint the figure, and I just haven't got around to it yet.
This is like one of those things like when Kevin Nolan had that Man Thing story.
Yeah.
Right.
Just sitting around for 25 years.
Yeah.
Dan's Den says when it was still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had one in a tank. That's what I used for a model.
Using live reference. That's awesome.
Anyway, before we get rolling here real quick, remind everybody that David Williams Bass Reeves is still in demand on an Indiegogo, and there's a link in the description of this video to take you right there. In fact, let me show it real quick just so you guys can see that I'm not lying to you. I don't do this enough. I'm not a very good salesman, unfortunately.
Gotta let people know where it is.
I know. There it is right there. You got an Andrew Robinson hardcover and a David Williams wraparound soft cover version.
Did you say Nandu Robinson?
That's exactly what I said. Nandu.
I was going to swear you said Nandu Robinson.
No, I said Mandingo Robinson.
Oh, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh, his is a wraparound too. Look at that, the hardcover.
David, can I
So good.
can I take that as a nickname from now on? You call me Gary Mandingo Martin.
You can take it, but I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah.
You can have one of your hoes tell you.
Oh, man. Oh, okay, and then there's also a link in the description for my campaign, which is, of course, Wraith of God Blood Hunters. I am about halfway through the nightclub story right now. I just finished page 8 this morning of 15, and then I'll finish up Garbage Man and Kid Carter after that, and it looks like it's going to be done in August, so we'll get that to the printers as soon as I can right after that, and hopefully get it to you guys in September. But that's kind of the plan right now. But anyway, it is still open. You can still back it. If you haven't checked it out, please do. It's this story is the Wraith and Esther fighting some Nosferatu type vampire with his brides in a small Tennessee town right next door to where Kelsey lives. So
Yeah, that was a hell of a day. I remember that.
And of course, you'll find Kelsey's YouTube information in the link as well, so you can go subscribe to his YouTube channel and watch him do rogue paintings.
Yeah, I had Aaron and David in there today. That was a lot of fun. So go check out today's if you haven't seen it.
Absolutely. We got 141 people watching right now. You guys hit the like and subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. We appreciate all you guys being here. But now, without further ado, let's get to the drawing portion of our show.
Kelsey, you've been caressing those breasticles a tad too long.
Yeah.
There's no pain in the brush.
Yeah, exactly. You're just draping it all over, all caressing them.
You mind? I'm working here.
Yeah.
Give me some privacy, will
Or
you?
something that rhymes with working.
Oh, now see. Oh.
What? That's a twerking.
Oh my goodness. All right. So David, what are you doing?
I think I might do either Captain Crunch or that Toucan Sam idea. I like that.
Mm.
All right. Well, Kelsey, your choices are getting smaller now.
What did you say you were doing? I already sorry. I missed it.
I was mesmerized by these.
I'm doing either Captain Crunch or that Toucan Sam.
Well, pick
as
one
Hawkman.
for crying out loud.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. Just you pick.
It does matter. All right, I'm doing Captain Crunch, sucker.
That's fine.
I was thinking doing Captain Crunch as that Pirates of the Caribbean dude, maybe. I don't know. Either that or the Tiger guy.
Tony the Tiger.
I was going to make
Right.
Captain Crunch all like super ripped, and his suit is just too small for him. And he's just bursting out, almost like an Andy Smith drawing.
Oh, okay. I got to do Trixie Rabbit. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Trixie.
He knows
Yeah.
how to appease the chat.
Turning Tricks Rabbit. That's
Turning Turkey Rabbit. There you go. Look at Gary smile.
I'm going to do my best Ralph Bakshi impression with
He's
this
going to
one.
bid on it.
That's good.
I'm going to have this bitch in my stable.
Yeah, I might do that one. I'm going to do that one.
It's too
What are you
good,
doing?
man.
What?
All right. I'm rolling now.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Drawing.
Oh,
Wow.
I'm going to start with Frankenberry. I might do a whole series of these, man.
Okay, I see. Getting bold. All
What do you-
right.
What are you suggesting that?
Kelsey, you should have did that Frankenberry as Hellboy thing.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of pink and red type things you can put in there.
Well, that's what I was hoping for the mascots for the fast food because I wanted to do the Noid classic bright red character.
Oh, that's the only reason he wanted to do the Noid was because he could make him red and then claim some sort of weird victory or something.
No weird victory, just the victory.
I wanted to do Ronald McDonald as like a pimp, you know.
As Gary?
Yeah.
I was going to if we got the fast food, I was going to go like with Wendy's or somebody like that, but make her kind of, you know, hot, older. I want to make sure at least 21 years old is what I, you know.
Aaron, did you say you were going to do? You might do 2.
If I can get through this, I'm going to color this though too. So I don't know. I Count Chocula seems like he should be done as well.
Are you competing with a certain someone from last week that did 2?
No one can compete with Irene. You know that.
We don't say that name around here anymore.
Okay.
She's blacklisted for kicking everybody's ass.
The name that shall not be mentioned.
That's right. She's on the Hall of Shame now. And
No, I don't know about that, but you know, she's on. We are not allowing Darla into the He-Man Women Haters Club.
Yeah, she's on the most hated list. We'll put her up. Not a wanted poster, but they avoid at all costs. She's dangerous. All right, you guys, I've got to come.
We're just kidding, Irene. You're more than welcome.
We love you, Irene. You know that. Okay, so I went and saw Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Uh-oh.
And I've got to say,
you liked it.
Nah, it was
Oh.
It's okay.
Were you entertained?
Okay. As I was watching this movie, I actually was thinking this in my head, and I'll tell you what I was thinking in a second. But I read a review that this guy wrote on it, and it was a negative review, and he said the first 90 minutes is a slog, but then it really picks up and gets pretty good at the end. And I thought that exact same thing while I was watching it. Like the first half of the movie, I was just kind of like, nah. And then it got good at the end, and I sort of enjoyed it by the end. But I thought,
did that review condition you to think that though?
No. I read it after the fact.
Oh, okay, I got you.
It sort of reaffirmed what I was thinking.
Okay.
And
Aaron, to interrupt you, could you read Dan Genovese's chat?
Yeah.
Yes, please interrupt him. Slow him down a little.
Aaron, I just tweeted you a picture of the Universal Monsters as cereal mascots. You know what, Dan? I have actually seen that, like with the Karloff as Frankenberry. It's pretty funny.
Can you grab those and show them?
Okay. Yeah, I got nothing else to do.
Yeah, let's see you do 2 drawings today.
Yeah. Be lucky to get 1 done at this rate. But anyway, they mishandled, I think, Warlock. And
everybody said that.
I thought Nebula had too big of a part, and I didn't think that Gamora's part was big enough, and I would have flipped those.
Say that again.
Nebula.
No, that last part about
didn't think her parts were big enough.
Yeah.
Well, not like, after seeing David's Daredevil, it's kind of like,
yeah.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
All right, wait a minute here now.
So okay.
You are, don't worry.
Scale of 1 to 5, what would you give it?
3.
In comparison to the first one, did you like the first one?
Oh, I love the first one.
Okay, yeah.
But here's something interesting though. My son made me aware of this, and I wasn't aware of it previously. But James Gunn did not do the screenplay for the first movie.
Really?
He did do the screenplay for the second and third one, and I'm like, That's interesting because
I
maybe
did not know that.
he's a little too self-indulgent,
Huh.
and his scripts.
David.
Keep going. Keep going.
Here's down in Genovese's. This isn't that great?
Oh, that is awesome.
Wow.
That is awesome.
Man, he drew that or painted it?
No,
Someone did.
he found it on the. This has been around for a while.
Really?
I don't know who did it or what it was
Wow,
for.
it's really
but
good.
Look at that Lugosi, man! Isn't that hilarious? As Count Chocula?
I almost want to draw that just to draw it.
Yeah.
And it's already there.
I love the like stretch on everybody. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Did the Mummy have a cereal?
Yeah. It was it was almost like some fruity pebble
That's
type.
right, because they added the wolf. What was it called, Gary? The wolf cereal again? The werewolf?
Fruit Brute.
Oh, Fruit Brute. Yeah, they added the
Brute.
Fruit Brute and the Mummy were later. It was kind of like they came out with Count Chocula and Frankenberry, and then Boo Berry, and then much later they came out with the werewolf and the Mummy cereal. So,
What's the Invisible Man reference?
that's Boo Berry.
Okay. Yeah. Aaron, how are you still alive with how much cereal you've consumed in your lifetime? Sugary cereal, I should say. Sugary cereal.
Very active and athletic as a kid. And that goes a long way, man. When you get older,
Yeah.
you're glad you like worked out and all that stuff.
That's true. Yep. That's true.
Anyway, that's pretty cool. I love that piece. That's got to be a poster someplace, doesn't it? You'd think it would be. And why I don't own it, if it is a poster, is beyond me right now, because that's.
I could imagine that Count Chocula being in a Dave Chappelle skit. What is all that chocolate on your face? This is doodle, baby.
Someone in the chat whose name I cannot pronounce is asking if that's Elton John in the front.
Oh, kind of.
Or Boris Karloff, one of the two.
The heck am I gonna do?
Now I'm like,
Anyway, my recommendation is wait to see it when you can go see it cheaper.
What?
Kelsey's like, what are we talking about?
I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
I'm going
Guardians.
back to Captain
Guardians.
What?
I'm going back to Captain
Oh, Guardians.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you, David.
I'm talking to you, Kelsey. I'm going back to Captain Crunch.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'm doing Trixie
Good.
rap.
Good.
Yeah, I used to love peanut butter Captain Crunch. That was my Captain Crunch.
Oh yeah, had the elephant, right?
What?
Yeah, Captain Crunch had like that elephant was with him on the cereal box for the peanuts, I guess. But yeah, he's an elephant on the peanut butter Captain Crunch.
Oh, they must have dropped that after the 50s or whatever that was when you.
Damn.
No, I just remember. I don't think I honestly paid any.
All right, now I'm
attention
going to find it and show it to you.
That 50s advertising campaign that Aaron.
He's just saying you're old. And
Yeah.
I was never affected by advertising. The Tony the Tiger didn't make me want to eat the cereal. How good the cereal was made me want to eat the cereal. So like same thing with Captain Crunch. Oh, I'm seeing it on there's the elephant on the you got it on your the main page of the Graybeard'S today. Yeah, I see him. He's a brown elephant.
Yeah. But he has Captain Crunch's hat too, So.
No, I think I liked Captain Crunch because he did a commercial that had like a giant robot in it. I was a sucker for anything sci-fi.
No, wait,
or
you just said that you didn't. You just said you didn't allow those, advertising to affect.
So the robot put you.
Well, it was a robot.
Basically, you're a liar, is what you're saying.
Yes, often.
Can't be trusted. I want to make sure we understand where we're at.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess you put the right thing in front of me. It will work.
Christina Lynn in the chat says that when she was a kid, they had this weird donut flavored Captain Crunch. I don't remember that. Anybody
I don't
else
remember that either.
Well, they used to have like
Donut
spin-off
flavor.
like stuff, right? And it didn't last very long. A lot of it, because they would try new flavors and stuff, and if they stuck, they would, bring them back. But if they didn't, they were like history.
What's a cereal that you remember eating that no longer exists? Anything?
Most of them, because they don't taste as they're
Oh yeah.
not the same as when we were younger.
Quisp was my favorite because it was like Captain Crunch, but it was softer, so it didn't carve up your mouth.
Yeah, I used to let it soak a little bit in the milk to where it starts getting a little soggy, and then it's a lot easier to eat.
Quisp, baby, right there he is. Look at that. Got the bobblehead and everything. Little spinner on his head.
Wisp. Oh yeah, right.
I'm not even going
Remember
to
seeing that
ask
guy.
why you have that.
Well, you don't have to ask, Gary.
I'm not asking, Aaron. I'm not.
No, they're awesome. I love it.
It's Puppet Day.
It's always puppet day with me, man. Look at this. Do you guys see these?
Look at you.
Action figure
Yeah.
has
Crazy.
Those seem like
Take it out of the box and play.
No.
with it.
No. They have Count Chocula too. This is
How many of those do you have?
I just have Frankenberry, but I got to get Count Chocula. But here's my favorite. Well, okay. I've also got a Frankenberry plushie.
Oh my goodness.
You like Frankenberry, huh?
Yeah.
Check this out.
Just a
That's
little.
my favorite. Frankenpat.
Oh man!
Jeez.
Wow.
Free with
Deny
worthless cereal.
himself the pleasures of the breakfast table.
Heart defibrillator plus lead-free Chinese trinket inside. Provide 0% nutrition. That is good food, is what it says on the top there.
That is true.
No, this guy used to have these at San Diego. They're all over the place. He'd make like Toucan Sam, but he was fat, and like the Lucky Charms elf was fat. They did Count Chocula what was he, Count Fatula or something? I can't remember what it was. Oh no, it was Count Calories. That's what it was. But you can find these on eBay, man. He did tons of those things. Sugar Smacks, like all of them. Toucan Sam, they're all like obese and.
Gary, where did you get that little drawing? Did you like print that out on from a screenshot or something?
Yes, that's exactly what I did. I printed it, made a screenshot, then printed it, then traced it, and then made the puppet.
I need to get your address. I'll send it to you. I'll send you the real one. Or well, I guess you don't need it now.
No, I don't need it.
Hey, I want the original.
Because I wouldn't take scissors to the original and make a puppet.
That's what I thought he did. I was like, what the heck? Now I'm gonna have to bid on that piece on the next auction.
Oh yeah. Oh, even better. God, I was just gonna send it to you. Now
Oh yeah, go ahead and do that then.
Wow.
Too late now.
Talk about stepping over me to get to Aaron.
No. If Gary, if you do want it, you called it.
Aaron called it when you.
Yeah,
did
when
the
you
artwork,
drew
I
it.
remember.
I
remember
thought that was
saying,
you.
"I wanna buy
Okay,
that."
yeah. All right, then. Aaron's always quick on the.
Yeah, he puts
on the
dibs
dibs.
on everything.
Yeah. Dibs.
I got that this morning.
So I called it.
I've got an answer to a question
Uh-oh.
that I have not answered from a couple of weeks ago. I apologize. Art of Roy. He keeps asking me this, and I keep forgetting to answer it. he's
answer it then.
Okay, Art of Roy, if you're still there, he's asking if this was his idea to put a blank page in my art book for a sketch and have a tier for that. And I'd made a list of, tiers and add-ons and stuff, and I hadn't thought of that. So I am going to do that. So thank you for that suggestion.
I actually did that in my sketchbook. Where is it?
So Art of Roy, are you still out there? There you are.
He's like, royalties, please.
No, I'm going to sue Gary because I did it first. I just want to prove it now.
No, you have to sue Roy, not me.
Nope, Roy, not me.
All right, so I did this hardcover a couple of years ago, right? 20 years, raw imagination, 20 years of sketches by me.
By me.
So anyway, you open it up and I had this page right here, which I would do sketches on. And the problem with it is, though, on that first page, because it has this little, curve right here, it's kind of hard to do. So I thought the smarter thing would have been to do it right here and leave this blank.
That makes sense.
The very first page. So that's the lesson I've learned for next time. But,
okay, good to know.
Yeah. This is completely sold out, but it was cool. It's a collector's item now. I hope. You can find them on eBay for like $2.
How many copies do you have?
Huh?
Do you have more than that copy?
I just have 2 copies is all.
Oh, okay.
Sold the rest of them. I'm a capitalist. What am I going to do?
Make money.
Well, that's the thing, man. I print these up on spec. This was not a crowdfunder thing. It was just like, I printed up 750 of them and paid for it. So it was like I was scrambling to sell these things. I'd just get my money back, which I did.
Will Excel on the chat is asking on the professionals. They pulled up a David Williams piece that David signed after Williams. Can you ask Dave? Dave was the tongue-in-cheek joke.
What?
Dave was the tongue-in-cheek joke.
We had a
tongue-in-cheek.
Somebody
joke.
pulled up a piece of your work, and it was it was signed Chato or Cato or whatever that was.
Oh, Chato. Yeah.
But it said Chato after Williams.
Oh, yeah.
What does it mean? It means like fat boy or something? What does that mean?
Pug nose.
Yeah,
Was that when you signed it Chato after Williams? Was that when you first started signing your stuff Chato?
Yeah.
Why did you
fat.
sign that? What was the joke?
It's like I'm impersonating myself. That's all it is.
I don't get it.
No deeper meaning. It's just a joke.
It's just a joke.
Can you lie and make up something better than that?
Yeah, you should have some, like blood curdling backstory for Chato.
No.
Killed David Williams and took over. Oh wait, that's my backstory. I'm actually a clone of Kelsey.
I have a note here, Aaron, that I've been meaning to ask you on different chats, and I've been waiting to ask you when it's appropriate. I don't think it's ever going to be appropriate.
So this is the perfect
timing.
place for it.
We were talking about Dick Giordano at one point, and I asked you to tell your Dick Giordano story when he inked you, and you said you would tell that story sometime. So I'm not. You don't necessarily have to tell it now, but just keep that in your memory bank. I think it's interesting.
Tell us your Dick story.
Yes.
I'm trying to think. I don't know that it's that interesting, but maybe
I think it's very interesting.
Well, if I forget something, then fill me in. But from what I told you, I was working at Valiant, and I did 3 issues of Solar, Man of the Atom, or whatever. Yeah, that's what it was, Solar. And Dick Giordano was going to ink me, or did, at least on the first one. And I
Were
got
you? How did you feel about that? Were you excited about that, or because that was kind of at the twilight of his career?
I was not thrilled because I didn't think I'd be getting, Dick Giordano that inked Neil Adams. You know what I mean? And and I always, even early on in my career, I had trouble with inkers because I was trying to always capture sort of more of an illustrative style instead of a comic book style, and I wasn't doing it successfully. But I didn't want people working against me instead of guys that maybe would work with me in that kind of stylistically.
Right.
And I was nervous that it wouldn't turn out. And I saw the pages back, and I thought they were crap. And so I called.
Stop holding back. Tell us what you were reading.
No, he hacked it out. And
what? Give us examples, because I remember specific examples.
Well, I'd have to go. I don't even know. I probably got the pages laying around here someplace.
Did he do like that guy does with who's that guy you see in Kirby that would just eliminate entire backgrounds and characters?
No, it was just not Coletta. No,
Yeah.
This was more just sloppiness.
Sloppy. I remember specifically, and I was standing next to you when you called up the editor. Or looking at the pages, and then you called up the editor to tell him, what for.
Yeah.
And you were giving him examples, and you're showing this one, like he did this a lot where
the editor was like, "Who is this again?"
Dick Giordano. He was feathering out of blacks.
No, he didn't know who I was.
Touching the feathering lines with the black, so he was missing the black that he should have been feathering out of. That's how
weird.
fast and sloppy he was inking.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
good Lord.
so I called him. I said, "Dude, this blows, man. You gotta talk to him." And and so I think it was Tony Bedard was the editor, and he said, "Yeah, I'll call him and talk to him." And so he did, and he basically, I sent the pages back, like he was supposed to fix them or something. But it's like, I don't know how you fix it after you've already wrecked it. And so he sent the pages back in, and they didn't look any different to me, and I was just like,
Yeah, they didn't look any different. But I remember the phone call where the editor didn't understand what you were even talking about, so he couldn't even see how sloppy the inking was.
Yeah, but Gary and I were just looking at it, going, seriously. Geek Avenger for $5. Frankenberry was great, but nobody could get their hands on the coveted Boo Berry. Are you talking about the cereal itself?
Yeah. It was hard to get.
Well, like I said, was I saying this online, or was it in the green room? We were talking about that the Friday night where I'd go and get the cereal with my parents at the discount grocery store.
You do that every Friday? Go get cereal for?
Well, no, we would go grocery shopping not every Friday, but it was usually Friday evening, and we would go, and there was this. It was kind of like a precursor to Costco. It was like a membership warehouse type grocery store. And you didn't have to buy in bulk though. It was just like discounted. But stuff was like stacked all over the place. It was, and they had a humongous cereal section. And my brother and I would go in there, we were little kids, kindergarten, first grade, whatever. And scour the wall, just gigantic wall full of cereal, right? And like you said, you'd buy the cereal you liked. I bought the cereal that I liked the art on the box. So I loved Count Chocula, the cereal, but Boo Berry or Frankenberry I thought was cooler looking than Count Chocula. So I always got
obviously a better cereal, yeah.
Even though I didn't like it that much.
Oh, okay.
But I liked having the box, the Frankenstein on the box. So we would go in there, and that's where I first saw Boo Berry, was in this discount store, and so I did try that. And again, nothing's as good as chocolate, so I don't know why I would think that strawberry or blueberry cereal would be better than chocolate cereal, but I did. And we would go home Friday night. We'd get the cereal, and then we'd beg our parents to let us open the cereal boxes so we could get the toy out. Right?
I could just see little Aaron. Please.
Yeah. I'll bring my 91-year-old mom in here and have her recount the story.
You have 5 open boxes of cereal already.
No, we were poor, man. We didn't have like extra stuff, so it was sort of like that was the box until it ran out, you know. And but so we would, so they'd let us. It was like Christmas to us, you know, because we'd pop open the box, and then we would like. You'd have to pour the entire contents of the box into a huge bowl so you could find the toy. And then we'd take the toy out, and then we'd pour the cereal back into the box, close it up, and then we'd have to wait until Saturday morning, you know, at 7 a.m., whenever cartoons started, right? Then we'd get out the cereal, and then that was it, man. We got to play with the toy the night before. Zaid Comics for $2. Aaron, when are you getting Bisley on the show? Oh, my gosh. I couldn't hit the language alert button quick enough. I should ask him.
Oh, yeah.
He'd probably come on.
That'd be cool.
Geek Avenger for $5. We had 4 kids in my family. I know swear powdered milk tastes. I know what powdered milk tastes like.
Sure.
Yeah.
We never had powdered. We actually had actual milk. So I remember the powdered milk, man.
Aaron,
it's like Kool-Aid, except not good.
There's a super chat that you missed, like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes ago.
Oh, no, that was the Blueberry one. I got that. Didn't I get this?
No, it's keep going.
Okay. Well, there you go. There for Crankberry was great, but nobody kept their hands on the coveted Blueberry, right? That's what prompted the story. Okay. Thank you for that, Geek Avenger, by the way. As I'm scrolling, you guys are drawing feverishly, and I'm getting farther behind. Wow, how long ago was it, Gary? I think you're sending out a wild.
A while ago. I think they were asking a question for David.
Oh well, that's why I skipped it.
Damn.
Here we go. Squibs for $1.99. Thank you so much. How do we contact D-Wams for commissions? Thank you. There you go.
Through Instagram. DWAMS art or DWAMS 9495.
Let me type it in. DWAMS is at 9495?
Yeah.
And that's on Instagram?
Yes. Or Twitter, either one.
Here you go. DWAMS 9495. Captain Crunch is definitely looking ripped. Says.
Yeah, no, look at those abs.
They call him Captain Crunch for a reason.
That's what he's doing crunch with, man. Look at this. That's funny. Sheldon Martin says, that's funny. I liked powdered milk growing up. Well, if you didn't know any better, of course.
You're poor.
Oh.
Yeah, I was definitely a milk snob when I was a kid, and powdered milk was, for.
See, I was a poor kid too, so I grew up on 2% milk, and then I remember going to my grandma's house, and she had whole milk, and I was like, "Ew, whole milk!"
Yeah, it's like
and then I had some, and it was like the most amazing thing I've ever had. And I was like, "Oh my god, I actually like cereal."
Dude, I had a babysitter, and I went into the refrigerator, and I was a young kid, I didn't know no better. Poured myself a glass of milk. It was a big glass of milk of buttermilk.
Oh,
and I was like, oh.
That'll change your life in the bad way.
Yeah.
I was visiting my uncle and helped myself to a big jug of milk, and I was looking at it. It was like, is this milk, legit?
And look back at you.
It looked like, had specks in it, and it's just like, but I'm a kid, what do I know?
Mm-hmm.
So I pour myself a glass, and it's all chunky. And it's like, okay, what's going on here? And it was in a gallon jug. And so I asked him, Uncle Alvy.
I don't want to know the end of this story.
Yeah, I don't want to know the end of this story.
I don't know. I don't want to know what the chunky white stuff was.
What's the date on this milk? He said, what milk?
Oh.
Oh.
But the milk in this milk jug, that's not milk, it's potato soup.
Oh, okay.
nice.
Well, that's not that bad. Okay.
That's not bad, exactly.
That's like
No,
tape
but
and
why
a-
would you put potato soup in a milk jug?
I thought you were going to tell us that he raised
Yeah.
horses for.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh no!
Yeah, let's not
Oh,
let's not go down that path.
oh my god!
My mind was already there, Kelsey.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're horrible.
Oh
so
no, this is going really wrong.
Oh, barf. Oh my gosh!
Potato soup. I love potato soup, but I guess when you eat it out of a milk jug,
I can't take it.
yeah, potato soup out of a milk jug probably isn't quite the same.
No.
Just aesthetically. It's not working.
Uncle Alvy was an interesting dude. He had a photographic memory for numbers. He was an accountant, and he was big into collecting coins, so he knew circulation numbers and all that stuff. But he lacked certain social etiquette skills. So he would sit like in someone's conversation and just sit there and listen to two people talking. Like my cousin and I were talking about something. My cousin was an artist, and so I think we were talking about comics or art or whatever. And he'd been sitting there for a good 45 minutes, not saying a word. And there was a pause in my cousin and I's conversation, and then he would blurt out, "I got a new garden shovel today."
He was waiting for that lull.
Yeah, he's waiting to jump in, and my cousin and I are, like looking at each other, and then my uncle says, "And it has a gold handle."
What's wrong with these handles? Oh no,
Well, that was my Uncle Alvy.
Oh, good old Uncle Alvy.
that's funny. I like eccentric people like that.
Yeah, he would sit, watching TV, and then when the commercial would come on, he'd yell out to start a conversation. He'd yell out, "Case in point." Like, what?
What is the case in point?
You haven't
Yeah.
spoken in an hour.
How do you fit into the genealogy with the goiter lady? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, exactly.
They came from the same gene pool.
There we go.
That's an interesting gene pool right there.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Well, have you guys heard of this that comic collection that just surfaced recently from that guy in Detroit? And he was apparently on the, what do they say, just on the edge of the spectrum. And he was either an accountant or an engineer, something like that. It was kind of I don't think he was a lawyer, but something smarty pants, for a job. And he was like, his family thought he was a hoarder, right? Because he was collecting all this stuff and he had it in storage units and stuff, and he never told them what it was, and ended up costing him his marriage, and he didn't spend any time. What's that?
Well, I'm just wondering what it was they found that's costing his marriage.
Here it is. So the guy, he ends up divorced. He's sort of estranged from his kids a little bit, or at least didn't have a good relationship with them. And he dies and leaves this stuff to his son. And he's got one of the most incredible comic collections. It's worth millions. And they're making a documentary on it.
Oh, wow.
But it was in the Detroit area, and I saw it, a news clip on it, found it. And they did a little news story on it. And just like, he had this, the guy literally has those, those big, what do you call them? They're like storage containers that'd be on like the back of a semi, those things.
Oh, yeah.
He's got like 4 of those full. And it's like, he's got Star Wars toys, like all the rare ones and all this stuff, and just a huge comic collection. And the guy's this big safe that has like all these CGC graded, like, you know, Superman or Action Comics #1, 7.0, you know, things like that.
Wow.
And this guy and his sister inherited all this stuff from their dad, who they had nothing but not great memories of. And now they're kind of like, yeah, my dad was okay.
What was that Ben Affleck movie where he was like on the spectrum, but he was a killer, but he had a huge comic book collection?
Yeah,
and
the
all this stuff?
accountant.
The Accountant. There you go. That's him.
Oh, I never saw that. Was
Yeah,
that good?
Oh, you should check it out. It's
Yeah,
like
I
it's,
like
he's
that
Batman
movie a
in
lot.
that too.
Yeah.
he's a
Well, it was
savant.
weird because you had that room with the guns and the ammo and stuff, but you'd see some of the different things he got for payment. And there was like some like graded comics were in there, and then like gold bars. And
He had Superman #1 and Batman #1. I was just like, that's
Wow.
so it's like, how much do how much do you charge to kill this guy? Well, I need Action Comics #1, at least an 8.0.
You're right.
Mhm.
He had like a drawer full of gold bars and Krugerrands.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
all sorts of weird, different things.
Yeah,
from
like
payment.
Jackson Pollock's just hanging around in this trailer.
Right, that's
I
right.
was just like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's a cool film. I'm not a huge Affleck fan, but I really like that movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, he grew on me a little bit. I've watched some movies I like. I used to hate him because he was just annoying. I think from like that movie Armageddon, and I don't know. He always played like really smarmy
Yeah,
characters where I was like, I don't like this guy. But then
Turned out
he,
to be a
weren't
pretty
supposed
good
to.
director, though.
right, yeah. Well, I mean that's good acting, I guess. Yeah, I didn't really care for him, but I've seen him in some good flicks. So, and I actually I like his Batman actually. I don't know. I didn't mind it. I liked Alfred more. I really was hoping to see more of what's his name as Alfred,
Jeremy Irons. was it?
Jeremy
Oh.
Irons.
He'll
I
never
thought that
be in
was
the
kinda-
Flash. So
It was an
go check
interesting
it
choice, I thought.
out.
Maybe not
Aaron,
great choice,
Timmy-
but it was more interesting.
Aaron, Timmy Mello is following up. This says agreed at Hidden Hand Media. A collection like that would bring a family together rather than divide them. So much history to tell in that collection. Yeah, good point.
The money would divide them. The comics would bring them together.
Yeah.
Well, I guess they're selling some of the books and Heritage and stuff like that, but yeah, they became comic book experts really quickly because they had no
I
idea.
bet.
And I think he just left it to his son, so the son is cutting his sister in too, which is nice because they don't.
Yeah.
Man, I wouldn't. I'd be like,
You
you never liked Daddy,
Yeah.
bitch.
Hold on a second to back up to our previous conversation. D. Mina in the chat.
Mina.
I'm an accountant, and I have to say the movie The Accountant is not realistic.
So you're saying you're not killing anybody. is what
I don't
you're
know if
saying.
I believe
Thanks
it.
for clarifying that.
Yeah, I don't think my accountant is like out killing people either. But
I hope mine is. That way I know who to go to when I need some services.
that's right. She has all this Kelsey original artwork in her room because gotta whack this guy. I'll do a Trix Bunny chick. Whack this guy for me.
I got a lot of enemies. You guys better watch out. My accountant is one of the best.
There's a whole side to Kelsey that we don't know about.
You guys better let me win this time.
You should watch my video series about Dawn, and then you'll be careful.
Oh my goodness. The reason he lives out in the swamp by himself.
There's nothing saying it. I mean, there's a lot of gator accidents here.
Theater action.
Yeah.
Another gator killed somebody out at Kelsey's place. Or the sheriff would say, yeah, there's more trouble out at the old Shannon place.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Scooby-Doo episode.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Old Shannon place. I think he's up to no good, Sheriff.
Yeah. I'm going to be like the Boo Radley of my neighborhood, I think.
Good old
Kids are going to be like knocking on my door and then running off.
That says one of the guys who was on that documentary is CG, has a comic called Little Mermaid.
Oh, yeah. Little Mermaid. You can get that on funmycomic.com.
I saw a video for that.
It's real fun. I think it's
Actually
funny.
his Sebastian. I loved his take.
Yeah, it's really
sword. That was awesome.
It's got like a knife taped to his hand or whatever. So, or his claw.
Yeah. Did you see that, Ma'am, I Am?
Yeah, I was wondering about that, but I think it's like a parody or a comedy book.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's catching some steam on.
I noticed.
Other channels are picking up on it.
Ma'am, I Am. So it's a Dr. Seuss kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's a little saucy.
Eric Weathers has Battle Brick Road, the re-release with the cover I just did. That's on my comic.
Oh, that's right.
Now.
Yeah, I saw that. It was very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, it only took me 3 months.
Yeah, well, start coloring my pages here, will you? Jeez.
I actually have something to show you today. So.
Oh, cool. I just sent out 4 more pages to the inker, so they're going to be rolling in here pretty quickly.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, we get this. It'll be fun to get that out. There's so much that I'm like working on that I wish I could do on camera, but it's like all, kind of secret. Yeah.
Randy Howell is asking Kelsey, when are we going to see your Fund My Comic?
Oh yeah, I'm doing a process book first called Scribbles. It's all my like layouts. I have like hundreds of layouts that I've been wanting to put into a book for like years. And
is this Scribbles too? Didn't you do a book with Scribbles on it?
I did, but that was like a long time ago, and that's my name. I'm taking it again.
So this is Scribbles 2 Electric Boogaloo then, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to think of a title like that. But yeah, I'm going to do that. That's a whole bunch of layouts from all these different projects I've worked on. Some of even sketches that I've done of Anna, for instance, the slave girl Anna.
Yeah.
Different things like that, just for fun. And it also will help generate a little income for myself so that I don't have to keep taking on these little side projects. But
like mine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's really hard for me because I enjoy doing these things, but I do realize that I have to focus now. And so, killing a lot of birds with one stone, because I want to do this book anyway, and I want to get something on Fund My Comic, and I need money to work on my own book. So like it's covering a lot of bases, and I think it's gonna be sweet, but that's coming up like within weeks actually. And then my book, Shank, I'm gonna be launching that hopefully a little later this year. I'm waiting to see. People are starting to kind of talk about and coordinate the releases of the books and see, so that we don't step on any toes. So I'm kind of like keeping an eye on what people are saying when they're releasing books, and maybe I can slip in there, and it's not necessarily
Kelsey, because I'm not hip with all that stuff, so I'll probably be
I'll talk to you about it when I find
that, so we could talk about that later.
I'm writing them down as I see them, and I'm like talking to people about when they're launching their books, because it's not a big deal to have multiple campaigns going all at the same time, but it's real important to kind of get a really good launch for each campaign. So that's really, I think, all we have to really kind of watch for is just kind of help each other with the launches, and then more the merrier of the books out there. That'd be great.
Oh,
There's
hang
so
on.
much cool stuff coming up.
Hang on. Phil Diaz is saying that Bancroft has a launch calendar on
Sweet.
now .net.
Freaking Bancroft, man. He's so
Yeah.
on the ball.
I know. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
Good.
thanks
So,
for that. Phil.
yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, never mind. I'm done. I have to. My work is done here.
Yeah, I'm gonna write that down. I will forget.
Yeah. CGnow.com.
Where am I reading that? Where'd it go? Yeah, cgnow.com.
Yeah.
.net.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. .net.
Oh, .net. Okay. I thought that was only like projects that have already come out and like where you can get them, but I guess he's up in the ante a little bit, doing coming soon stuff, or maybe he's always done that and I just haven't been paying attention. That's entirely likely.
Yeah, the chat is always knows what's going on.
I wouldn't know what the hell I'm doing without the chat. They keep me they keep me in the know.
I know.
Very
I am
important.
totally like not. I do not pay attention to what's going on anywhere, and I'm just like, oh, really? That's happening?
Yeah.
What?
So thank
I
you,
should
chat.
start a live stream where I just ask the chat questions.
Yeah. I do that every morning.
Yeah.
Okay, question for this show. What's the capital of Assyria?
Oh, okay, that's a good one. Yeah. Uzbekistan. No.
That's a trick question because Assyria
What's
doesn't
the,
exist anymore.
What's the airspeed of an
Unladen swallow.
unladen swallow?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What's your favorite color?
48 miles an hour. Green. No, red. Ah!
All right. Well, we're an hour in, and I'm going to start the coloring process.
Oh. Running a little behind, are you?
Nosferatu Zod is.
You covered up half your figure with cereal.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. I'm like, clever
Don't be
little
sore
Clover.
losers.
I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, Trix Rabbit doesn't have any clothes on. I had to figure something out. It's a family show, sort of.
Sort of. And we're on the middle of the day, right? So we got plenty of kids that are at
No.
school watching this in the classroom.
Oh no, God!
Can you
Oh,
imagine?
God.
Make
Second
sure you
thought,
watch Graybeard'S today, son. They're doing Boo Berry.
I never miss it, Dad.
I think that might be the key to your following, Aaron. There's at least one buxom drawing on every show.
You
You're
gotta
welcome.
know what pays the bills, Gary.
We want to grow some hair on these men's chests.
Well, we got to get Bruce Timm in here somehow. And throwing
Right.
the ladies. I wonder if he would ever do something like that, like this
Nope.
show.
I
No.
he would.
Not a chance.
Why not?
He wouldn't. I know the guy.
Oh, what if I insult him the whole time? Is he a sadist? Is he, what if I call him names if he doesn't come on? I don't know. How can we get him? What's his weak spot?
What's his kryptonite?
Yeah, what's his kryptonite? Oh, let's get Ann on here. Then maybe we can get him on the show.
Yeah, he'll probably do it.
Yeah,
I know that's his kryptonite.
That's right.
Very similar to me.
Kelsey, FYI, Nintendo Ginger says, Kelsey, I hate to be the one, but
Oh no.
Trix is fruit shaped and Kicks are round.
I'm looking at a picture of it right here.
No. That's not. Kicks, wait a minute. Trix and Kicks are the exact same cereal, except
Aaron,
Trix is colored.
Aaron, you're not going to stand for such heresy.
Well, Trix is for kicks, I guess.
Yeah.
Trixie is for Kicks.
Trixie is for kicksies. Oh well, can't win them all.
Yeah.
Oh, seriously,
Yeah.
Trix is not fruit shaped. Is this a joke going on that I missed or something?
Oh, so you don't know either?
No,
Well,
no,
we just said how accurate and knowledgeable the chat was.
Yeah, yep.
Well, not this time.
But that's what makes her a trick. She'll jump into any bowl of cereal.
Any old bowl of cereal.
That's right.
She'll
Slut.
even take a comic book for payment.
She's a cereal slut.
Oh, she's magically delicious. Come on now.
Oh,
my
have
goodness.
mercy.
Aaron,
on,
damn, man.
Aaron. Oh, just have to go
Hey,
too
slow
far.
down.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Aaron just
Trying to have a nice
waiting.
conversation.
I know,
Aaron's
man.
always got to go
Gotta talk
overboard.
about magically delicious.
Well, what are you gonna do?
I'm a
Oh, you guys, I wanted to tell you. I wrote a song the other day,
Uh-oh.
but
Oh, yeah.
I can't read music, so I don't know what it is.
What? Well, how did you
Aaron
write it?
Aaron got
How old is that joke, by the way?
It's pretty old.
it. Aaron got it.
The other one is
Old people jokes.
it's I'm writing a novel. So far, all I have is the page numbers. I just have to fill the rest of it in.
Cracking Aaron up. He's loving this.
Those are old guy jokes, man.
Yeah.
Kelsey's all clearly.
Yeah.
You say, oh yeah, last time I heard that, I laughed so hard I fell off my dinosaur, right?
Yeah, I'm sitting there literally like, what?
You're trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm taking it all like literal.
You ever tried to write a book or a novel?
No. No.
I started one a couple
I
times.
really tried.
Did you really start?
How did it work out?
There's too many words, you know. There's too many words involved.
Didn't leave enough room for pictures. So.
That's right.
This is where it's at. Forget all them words.
Yeah. Who needs those words?
They're coming to get your ass.
Yeah.
Can't hide any longer.
That's right.
No, I just had this conversation with my inker, who will remain nameless for the time being, on Nightclub, and I was like, the real
Gary
meat
Martin.
of the story is in the last part of the story, right? And the first part is like this fight scene between the team and this giant elephant guy, right? And so I didn't really write the script for the first part of it, and so I started like drawing pages, and I was like, this fight scene sucks. And so I was like throwing pages away that I drew and having to go back in and rethink the fight scene so I could make it actually interesting and entertaining. And so there is some value in actually the written word.
What do you mean throwing away? Those pages are going to show up as a tier on your next campaign.
I don't throw art away, even crappy art. I don't throw it away.
You mean tossed aside?
Yeah, tossed aside, and which is really irritating because you're trying to, kind of stay on a deadline. You're like, I just spent time drawing this page, and
see, that's commitment, though.
Can't use it.
Yeah, that's commitment.
Well, it's
Randy Howell says that Kelsey should have drawn that rabbit in a champagne glass.
You don't need cereal out of a champagne glass, do you?
I don't think he's worried about the cereal.
Oh. Well, I mean, it's the idea, but it's the cereal version of that.
You can still put a stem down there.
Yeah, I guess I could. It's a cereal
on a champagne glass.
Yeah.
Are her ears doing like the Playboy bunny tilt?
Sure.
Yeah, no, they weren't.
Whatever
The whole
wins.
time.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. I just noticed there's a giant spoon
Yeah,
Mhm.
I got
in that
to
bowl.
make.
Who's chowing down on the cereal?
Wouldn't you like to know?
It's a
She's gonna
Coke
draw a picture
spoon.
of G Money on the other side.
You know, here's some of that that mystery milk you were drinking earlier.
Wow.
She's in a potato soup.
Potato soup.
That's got to be that was the biggest relief punchline I've ever heard was when he said it was potato soup because I was getting ready to barf. And
Well,
then,
potato soup is bad enough. It could be
No,
a
I
lot
like
worse.
potato
So
soup.
yeah.
little broccoli and cheese soup, that's always good too.
Oh yeah, man! I knew I liked you for something. Good taste.
Yeah. Got good taste in soup.
Oh, wait,
So,
those are too dark. Oh my
I
gosh.
am still halfway through with the castle of Cagliostro.
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 Yeah,
Come on,
whatever.
man.
You said you were a quarter of the way through it last week.
No, I was about halfway.
You're going back in time. Yeah.
He's like, what did I just see?
They watch it like 10 minutes per week.
So you're
So
not
what-
you're
so
not digging
far-
it, huh? You're hopeless.
So
I'm
far,
not
what do you
saying
think?
I didn't say it was bad or anything, but I'm just like I just don't, I don't know.
The story continues to unfold. The more you watch, the more
Okay.
depth it has.
Because he's just talking to that blonde chick that works in the castle, and I guess they're old
Okay,
friends.
no, there's a lot.
Oh yeah, you're just starting.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
A
you're
lot
just
to
starting.
come. Yeah,
You are not
just
halfway
all
through.
kinds of stuff.
Okay, all right.
You probably you're when you get to the end, you'll realize how much Disney is ripped off of this cartoon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. See, now I'm intrigued. Now you've
No,
got
it
me.
has the really cool stuff hasn't started yet.
All right.
Yeah,
I keep
and
I
yeah,
keep waiting
it's
for Nosferatu to show up, and he doesn't show up yet. So I'm getting disappointed.
There'll be several. I remember the first time I saw it, there were several scenes that I thought to myself, I need to steal that.
yeah.
Several scenes.
I love the beat when he's swimming in the little the
Oh,
water
yeah, that
troughs
so
and
awesome.
Oh yeah.
and he's fighting against the current and he's like
Yeah.
running out of breath and just all it's just
Yeah.
Miyazaki's got a real way of like ramping up tension in a
Oh, you mean when
hilarious
he's,
way.
like, when they're sneaking into the castle at the beginning there?
Yeah, I think that's it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
He's in a
that
little wetsuit.
what
and he
he's
goes
talking
in the-
about, that's towards the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There's like he's in a
Spoiler.
wetsuit and he like goes in through a fountain, which I thought was funny, or he comes out of a fountain or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was the beginning.
Man, it's been a while since I've seen it. I don't, yeah. I remember that. Well, I like that part. I don't know about you.
So there.
Yeah.
I was, I was mesmerized by it. I woke up when he came out of the fountain.
Uh-huh. See how you are?
Well,
What I
if I
like
could-
is the she pirate and her family, her sons are like running their little flying ship.
Oh, that's Castle Lapata, yeah, or Castle in the Sky or whatever.
Yeah, Castle in the Sky.
how many castles are there?
Not Lapata.
And that one where she's just this loud mouth, whatever. But then later in the movie, we see in her cabin, and there's a painting of her when she was young,
Mhm.
and it's like tells her backstory just with that painting that's hanging on the wall in the background. Just so many clever details that he uses.
Which are completely lost on Aaron.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, I was pouring my bowl of Frankenberry when during some of that scene, so I may have been playing with the toy I got inside the box. So I'm
Yeah.
distracted. I've got so much built-in animus towards anime that it's going to take a while to overcome it.
See that? You're prejudiced.
See, that's a book title right there.
Animus anime.
Animus toward anime.
Yeah.
Anime animus, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, but I see, I got.
Or how I learned to hate anime. And love
No, I know
French
this
cinema.
isn't real anime, but I got hooked on the Avatar, the Airbender, so it's possible.
Oh, you're right. That's far superior, Aaron. Oh, Jesus. Why did I even hang out?
Well, I've got nothing to compare it to. I'm just saying that I wasn't going to watch that either, and I started watching it. And I liked it, so I'm thinking.
Miyazaki's a hack compared to that. What was it called? Avatar.
He's a pretender.
You guys just don't appreciate my sophisticated movies.
My action pants in the chat. I agree with you. Castle in the Sky is my favorite.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. I like Porco Rosso with the pig pilot. Just because
That was an odd film to me, but it was it's still cool. But it was just a lot of.
When I was a kid, I used
to.
to have a dream about being a bush pilot in Alaska.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it kind of hit that mark for me. That flying around, being independent. Going to like seaside bars that are in castles, and your old flame is like singing, up on the stage and thing. I don't know. It's just like that post-war kind of.
Yeah.
I thought it was
life of adventure.
Yeah, it just felt great.
You guys are making me feel like I'm back in film school again. We used to have these guys that all they do is talk about these foreign films and how great they were. And I finally said to a couple guys, I said, I would rather watch Friday the 13th Part 4 than watch the best foreign language film. Oh my gosh. Talking about heads exploding. That was good fun.
Sometimes I would agree with that sentiment, actually, but I've seen some really great foreign flicks. It just depends on what you're talking about.
Yep.
You talking about the kind that make you want to like die afterwards because they're so like sad, just horrible, or a Luc Besson movie, that's fun and action packed. And
we didn't see any Luc Besson when I was.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not going to go out of the projection room skipping with a foreign film class.
Well, no, they were just like, "Oh, The Bicycle Thief" by De Sica is so wonderful, and I watched it, and I was like,
never seen it.
Okay, wake me up when it's over, kind of thing.
Yeah, it was okay, but overrated.
It tugs at the heartstrings a little bit, Poor guy gets his bicycle stolen,
That's worth the whole movie. Yeah.
Well, they basically did because they're like poor, and this is his only means for getting around is this bicycle, and it gets stolen. So he's like trying to find his bicycle the rest of the movie, and it's.
See, I don't want to watch movies that remind me of how crap my life is.
Right. Exactly.
I'm in it for escapism.
Yeah, I'm totally with you on that, man.
Yeah.
Like.
Give me a Schwarzenegger flick any day, like
I don't need the depressing things of real life when I go to the movie theater. I want to watch a movie where a guy finds a bunch of bikes.
You want to watch the movie about the guy that stole the bike.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And how he's just partying up, man, because he's got the bike.
Yeah, did you ever I never saw that movie. Did they ever meet the guy that stole it?
I'm trying to remember what part I woke up in. He was, that's the thing. I don't think he ever got his bike back. So it was like one of those super depressing, kind of like, how?
Yeah, he was looking for his bike, and it led him to the front at World War II.
Yeah, exactly. And he got his head blown off, and you're just like, wow, what an uplifting story of humanity.
Hold on, Aaron. Art of Roy says Frankenberry's tale of a movie prostitute. I'm sorry, of a male prostitute.
Damn.
What? Gary, you can't read the chat if you can't read the chat.
I started laughing, and I butchered the punchline.
By the way, you're Aaron. He's Gary. You called him Aaron.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
Well, I called Gary Aaron?
Yeah,
you just
did
that. He said you can't read the chat, Aaron. That was
Did I
weird.
really?
Yes,
Yeah,
I think
that's
so.
hilarious.
My
You did.
gosh, it's over for me, you guys. I like
Dementia
next week. I
setting
might be
in.
a complete vegetable.
Man, you had a Joe Biden moment.
Okay, Aaron, I'll make you feel a little bit better. I was
Please.
talking to my brother on the phone a couple days ago, and he's like 4 years younger than I am. And he called me because he just got a new phone from, Cricket.
Yeah.
So you're my first call, blah, blah, blah. And he was at home and he was cooking something. He goes, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I've already lost my phone. And I was like, what?
While he's talking,
And he starts looking around for it. He goes, oh, that's my old phone. This is I didn't put it over there. And I'm like, Chris, it's next to your ear. He was like, oh, yeah, you're right. I'm using it.
I do that with my glasses all the time.
Oh, man.
I do that to with my glasses. I do that all the time. They're stuck in my head, and I'm like, where the heck are my glasses?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, but you weren't using them at the time, right?
that's true.
Well, I don't know. I can't see without my glasses. So if I'm seeing anything, I probably have my glasses on my head. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Already lost his. I thought maybe he was calling from his house phone to tell you about his cell phone.
That would have been crazy too.
The dude in the chat is asking, is drawing comics an art or a skill?
That's an interesting question. Is comics
That is an
comics
interesting
is it's an art form, right?
Yeah, heck
Yeah,
yeah.
I would.
We're special.
Yeah, but you know what? I would classify comic books. I mean, everybody tries to make it into fine art, but it really is
Commercial art.
commercial art.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Well, that's what I call myself a cartoonist now, not like an artiste or whatever.
I'm too pretentious to call myself a cartoonist, but
Well, do we have something that we can say that doesn't sound like we're children, like
A
scribbling on
cartoonist,
stuff?
that's too lofty of a goal for you, Aaron.
Yeah.
well, you can say I illustrate comic books.
Yeah, I always say I'm an illustrator. I don't
Yeah.
get into it.
See, I'm trying like I think that we're like when they started making movies and saying based on the graphic novel, Batman. I'm like, give me a break. You're taking it away from the fact that it's a comic book and trying to make it more than it is.
I think there's always there's been a stigma against comic books, and for some reason that has not left our culture. But graphic novels are fancy and legitimate. So if you say, comic book, they hold their nose. But if you say graphic novel, then all of a sudden you're interesting.
Yeah.
No,
That's how I look at it.
I literally tell people I draw comics. I draw comics, and people are like, "Whoa, like Batman!" I was like, "What's your choice?" Yeah.
Well, they have a
What
better
else did you draw? And they don't know anything I'm talking about.
Exactly.
But the language has changed because remember, you used to say, "Oh yeah, I draw comics," and they're like in the newspaper, but they don't even have that
right.
anymore. No one says that anymore.
No, that's true. Yeah, I used to get that too. Yeah.
Yeah, sort of.
And then it's like, no, comic books. And they go, they still make those? I mean, that was
Aaron, how many times did you get as someone was, you had that conversation and then you're leaving and they say, see you in the funny papers? But they're being, witty.
That happened to me so much that I kept telling Shelly, I said, when we're out socially, don't tell people what I do.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to talk about it.
I get that a lot when people are like, when I go to the comic store and I'm like, oh yeah, I just went to the comic store, and they're like, do you tell people what you do? I'm like, oh no. They recognize me. That's a different thing, but if I'm not going to be like, they're like, oh, you should get like free comics, you draw. I'm like, okay, no, doesn't work that way.
There's nothing more humiliating.
At Comic-Con, at Comic-Cons, I used to like go up to tables that was selling books of stuff that I've done and ask them, what do you think of this inking, this Gary Martin?
Nice try, Gary. Yeah.
No, and then, if they knew the work, and then get them to talk about it and just stand there and listen to, and then if they were complimentary, then I would thank them. But
Guess what, sucker? I'm Gary Martin.
But yeah, I don't remember somebody slamming me and then being embarrassed. So one of these days, I know that's going to happen, and so I stopped doing it. Oh, that guy sucks. It was like, what do I say to that?
I always took the tack that like people would go, if you move into a new town or you go to a new comic book shop, tell them you're a professional so you'll get a discount, right? Because they always give a discount. But I never did that because I was like, I do not want to take the chance that I go, yeah, I'm Aaron LaPresse. And they're like, who? And you're like, yeah, forget it. So I never did that.
I was at a bed and breakfast one time, and we're at the community breakfast in the morning, sitting around the table, and people were going around telling what they did for a living. And when I said I was a comic book artist,
accountant.
I told them I was a comic book artist. Someone said, "Oh, do you know Jim Lee?" And I was like, "Oh."
I did that at a comic store one time where I saw my one of my comics in the quarter bin, and I was like, I had a friend there, and I was like, hey, look at one of my books is in the quarter bin, which I used to do all my shopping in the quarter bin, so like I didn't mind actually, but the owner was like, you did something in there, and I was like, yeah, this is an old book I did, and then he was like, oh, that's cool, and then like when I went in there again, all of my books were out of the quarter bin and for sale, like higher,
hanging on the wall.
Yeah. Well, he had me sign them too because he was like, "Hey, will you sign these?"
The value just went up.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't mind.
Funny.
Whatever.
Yeah, Shelley would always out me, and that was we were in a department store, seriously back around here where I live, and there was this guy and this girl. They were teenagers or young adults, whatever, and they were looking in this rack of comics they still had there, and I had done Deadpool -1, which was like my Stranko tribute issue, and it was on the newsstands. And we're just walking through the magazine section, and there was this rack of comics on the end, and these two people, I said, looking at him, and Shelley goes, "He drew that," and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" I'm just like trying to and the kids are sitting there looking. I mean, they weren't kids; they were like young adults, and they're looking at me like, "Huh, that's great," and I'm like, "Yeah." Goodbye.
That's it. I could just imagine that scene in Jaws where the camera zooms out as on Roy Scheider. That's like
on Roy Scheider.
He drew that.
Yeah, exactly. It's like watching the little Kittner kid get eaten. I'm just like,
sudden terror.
Oh, don't say anything.
Eric Boyd says, "Tell people you're a problem solver."
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, then no matter what you tell them, they always have to ask more. It's like, oh yeah, what kind of problems do you solve? You're like,
don't worry about it.
I used to tell people I'm an artist or an illustrator. Oh yeah, what do you draw? And you're like, pictures. I mean, it's like,
yeah. Can you draw me something? What do you got right now? Can you do like a portrait of me? No, what I get all the time is like my family would always volunteer me as soon as they find out somebody. Like, oh, my son's an artist. Oh, really? Can he draw me something? And then suddenly I'm like obligated to draw like a portrait of their wife. And I'm like, what? Wait a minute. Not that kind of artist.
Yeah. It turns into a major work. And so they could give it to somebody that they know that likes art.
Yeah.
I still like 10 of them. I owe somebody, different people. I just never do them.
That happened to me with like when my brother got married, like his mother-in-law. Oh yeah, because I was there for the wedding. And, oh yeah, can you do me like a landscape or something? I'm like, I don't really do that stuff. But then she got it in her mind, and every time I saw her after that, she was like, "When's that? You going to finish that landscape?" I'm like, "I never said I was going to draw." Yes, you did. That day we got.
Wow.
It's like the equivalent of having a truck on moving day. Like you're the guy that gets called.
Yeah, you're the guy that's supposed to help about. Follow up on the Kelsey's Jaws reference. Ronan in the chat says, "Aaron's art spilling onto the dock."
Yeah. That's right. I'm not going to invite that little Presty kid over here and watch his artwork spill out all over.
He even sounded like that guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. What did I miss? This guy, Willie Bobo, calls every time I finish my morning coffee.
Who?
Oh,
Willie Bobo.
thought his name was Dookie McGee. I don't know. Billy Bobo.
Oh man.
You didn't miss much.
Okay. Good.
Just all the good stuff. Shh. I'm telling
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not going to repeat it.
Oh, shh, the black guy's coming back.
you.
Don't say anything.
Don't tell him.
Keys. Yeah.
Don't tell him what we said.
Okay,
Tell him
Aaron.
you smoked the
What's the clock situation?
Oh, I'm putting in too much work into this. I'm going to get behind on my coloring. It's, we only got 32 minutes.
Oh, good thing I'm done. No problem.
Well, you took the easy way out, but that's all right.
There's still a chance I can screw this up, so don't worry.
Well, we're holding our breath waiting for that. We're not holding our breath.
I was about to say.
We're not holding our breath waiting for that. No. Now, if you are going to screw it up, then we could hold our breath because it won't take long, right, for you to screw it up. So maybe I was right the first time.
George Liquor says that Kelsey's.
George Liquor?
Yeah. Says that Kelsey's looks like Yujimbo, Yugashi.
Yeah, it's the lady Yujimbo.
It's Yubimbo.
Yubimbo. You saga Yubimbo.
Look, I don't know how this is not the best show on the internet. Come on, this is hilarious stuff.
So that's our goal, is to crack
it's
Aaron
free.
up, and then as long as we can keep Aaron entertained, then he'll keep doing the broadcast.
As long as I'm getting a kick out of it, that's all that matters.
Yep.
You soggy Yubimbo.
You gotta tell Stan Sakai that. He'll get a kick out of it.
She's in a bowl of milk, so she's soggy, and she's a bimbo.
Oh my God, that's even better. I didn't think about that. Soggy Yubimbo. Oh man, I hope that's not disrespectful. I love Stan Sakai.
He's a nice guy. Stan's a good guy. Don't be making
Okay,
fun.
hopefully he'll get a laugh out of it and not
I'm
hate
sure
me.
he's watching right now.
He's all those mother. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, that was actually funny. I'll let it slide.
Oh. He actually rented my space last year at San Diego and I had to cancel last minute.
Really? Okay.
So you guys are buddies, huh?
No, I had nothing to do with it. I just
Oh.
he just the one who ended up with it. When I told the guys at San Diego that, that Shelley was having cancer surgery and I couldn't make it, so they were actually very nice about refunding me and then finding someone to take my spot.
He's a friend of mine. I read one of his comics once. No,
Kelsey, those are sweet brush strokes you're laying down there.
thank you. Now that I messed that up, as soon as you said that.
Those long cursive lines always intimidate me.
Oh yeah, you can't think about it.
No, you just got to go for it.
But if you noticed, I was distracted right there.
Okay.
So now I got to mix up some kind of paint to cover that up.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird where you think you're, like the master of your tools and you're just going along and all of a sudden your hand just decides to do its own thing?
It does it even more now than ever before. I'm always having to watch it.
Yeah, that happens to me all the time where you're just going along and all of a sudden it's like, what was
Yeah,
that?
it's like,
Yeah.
where did that line come from? Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That's why
Yeah.
I quit using a brush. Like Kelsey said, that's been happening a lot too much lately. So I'm like, I'm getting back to a pen so I can't screw it up as easily.
Well, I haven't done it in so long. At first, it was like, and I just couldn't do it. And again, the more I seem to be like kind of practicing, it's kind of coming back to me. So I'm just gonna keep doing it. Yeah, the confidence is everything in this stuff.
Part of it, yeah.
Yeah. I'm usually a big scaredy cat when it comes to painting,
Yeah.
Or I used to be, and now I'm just like, yeah, just do it. That's my whole thing. Don't be afraid to fail. Just practice.
Well, you're clearly not afraid to fail.
I know. I'm like one of the best at it.
You do it more than anybody I've ever met in my life. It's amazing.
Hey, now.
Well, I appreciate you saying that over and over again, because that's one of the reasons why I don't do color that often, is because I'm afraid of screwing it up.
Well, that's why I just get some cheap paper, crappy dollar store brushes and stuff, and then it's almost like it takes the anxiety of messing up a nice sheet of paper. But the bad part is that when it comes out good, it's on crappy paper.
Well, so yeah, it's gonna last a week.
Yeah,
I go into the art supply store, right? And it's like, you look at the tablets and you're like, okay, I can get this tablet and this has got 50 sheets for $17. You're like, oh, that's a pretty good deal. Then you look at like the nicer paper and it's like $30 for 20 sheets, and you're thinking, I am not paying that much. And you break it down and it's like like a $2 a sheet, right? You're thinking, I'm going to do a commission on this and sell it for a few $100s, and I'm whining because I'm spending $2 on the paper.
Yeah.
But
see, my problem is, as soon as I have done this, where I've Stealth Freeze, I've heard everybody tell me all this, like the best papers. I go in and buy like the board. I measure it all out. I cut it to size. I rule out all the lines, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to draw. Oh, and then I got a ton of those sheets sitting over here.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. It's like whenever I color, it's usually for a commission, and that's after I've drawn and inked the darn thing, and then final step color, and that's when I just like freeze up. Yeah, because I put all that work into it, and now I'm afraid it's I'm gonna mess it up.
Well, Kelsey's right about this show, is that you're on a clock, and it's kind of like, yeah, if I screw it up, whatever. But it allows you to kind of go in there and kind of freewheel and experiment a little bit, take some chances.
It's helped me a lot.
It has, me too. I'm not kidding. Yeah. It really has.
Yeah. Now I just whipped out Lola Bunny, Tricks Bunny, whoever this is.
Lola.
Trixie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Lola Bunny? Where does that come from?
God. I got 30 minutes. Do I dare try and color this? I think I dare.
Yeah, you got to go for it.
I'm daring to do it.
Kelsey, I'm digging those one-stroke lines. Seriously, you do it in one swoop. That's mastering your craft.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying.
That's what he tells all the girls in his stable.
Stable.
I used to do a lot of that. That's what, when I learned how to, I started as an inker, probably said before, but when I was just learning, I think I first got the idea that people used a brush out of the How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way, when they're showing the tools, and I see the brush there, but the only one I could find was a long bristle brush. And so I was having to like figure out how to use that. But after a while, I got the idea that if you just kind of pull and then you can kind of flatten it out a little bit and drag it, you can do these long, smooth lines with it, even when I didn't know any better. And so it kind of helped me get halfway decent at pulling lines. And then when I moved to a smaller brush, I had to figure that out. And now I just have no patience anymore. So I just do it. I'm like, screw it up or not. Who cares? Let's just do it.
Every brush has its own characteristics that you have to figure out.
Yeah, I keep, here's like my little stack of brushes. I keep even bad ones for like dry brushing or weird techniques, and
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
Speaking of we talked about Dick Giordano earlier. He's the one that taught me that long line.
That was before he wrecked my
one
thing,
stroke.
right?
Yeah.
He said, "I won't do
Yeah,
any
yeah.
of these tricks for Aaron." He's
Yeah,
not
like
worth it.
I'm talking, early 80s.
Well, you hate to be, I don't know. It's like these guys you admired when you were a kid, but when they're like 75 years old and they're still working, and someone says, "Hey, we want so and so to ink your work." You're like, "Yeah, 30 years ago, yeah."
Oh, hold on a second. Art of Roy says that print the inks onto a new Bristol and then spray fixative and then ink it. David and I were talking about that, like coloring over an ink piece, and could we print it out and ink it? And I was saying, well, I tried it, but it runs. So that's my question. If you spray fixative on the piece, can you color
you can't
on
paint
that?
over it. No, you can't.
No. I don't. It's too many steps.
There you can, but it creates kind of a. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull something out of the flat file because I have a perfect example of this. It's going to slow me down, but I'm going to do it anyway. For the benefit
Good
of
work,
the
guys.
show.
Yeah, that's the key, is to get Aaron interested in something.
Oh, didn't take me long to find it. All right. Okay. So
I'm
So is
kind
that
of
a
the philosophy that if they didn't have a photocopier or a computer or a scanner back in the old days and they just did it the hard way, shit, I can do it too.
Yeah. Is that
All
a
right.
print, Aaron?
no. Look at how nice that black laid on there. That black is that perfect on this original. Now this is watercolor board, and I used this ink that was not, as you can see, I don't know what I was thinking, but it wasn't waterproof. I must have bought it without checking the label. So I inked this whole piece, and this is all in watercolor board, and I realized that, oh my gosh, the ink is going to bleed. So I sprayed it with a fixative. Okay. Now, I don't know if you guys can see or not, but you can see kind of the texture.
Yeah.
The
Oh, yeah.
watercolor
Blotchy. Yeah.
is kind of dotty, and especially on her face, you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, at the time, it really kind of ticked me off, but now I don't mind it as much. So I keep thinking, oh, maybe I should. This is like the first Kit Carter piece, by the way.
Geek Avenger says, "Hello, legs."
Yeah.
Well, I did this piece.
Check out the chip.
What's that?
The
Chip's checking out her
chip.
butt.
What's he looking at?
That's Merv the Astro Chimp, the original. But the funny thing is, after I did this piece, I was like, she would not have bare legs if she's on some alien planet. So I
the
redid
fantasy
it.
of it.
It doesn't matter.
Well, I know, but it just seems stupid to me. So I did a new piece of this, which I covered her legs and as all part of the suit. But
Check out that Frazetta planet. That's cool.
That's great.
That moon, very cool.
oh, thank
Are
you.
you going to finish this anyway?
I don't know. I probably should.
I don't know.
You can
No,
Add
sell
it
is
to
it.
your
all
list.
This is all. Look at how fine line that. This is when I was like patient with my brush.
Yeah.
Put it next to your oil painting.
I will put it right in the easel right next to. I got all these empty
Be a
easels.
showpiece. Yeah,
Yeah,
works
go
in
hold
progress.
that up. I want to see a
Never gonna
close up
finish.
of that monkey's face again.
Yeah, zoom in.
Hold it up to the camera. Let it focus. Focus.
Oh, yeah. You're checking out.
There it is. Wow. That is so cool.
He's like,
He's not looking at her butt. He's looking
It's
lower
the-
than her butt.
What?
Back of her
He's
legs,
Looking,
you know?
He's looking at her hamstrings.
yeah,
looking
what?
right
He's
at
looking
her.
for anything off camera that might be a danger. Like,
I don't think so.
He's winking his brown eye at her brown eye.
Oh,
oh, stop it! And see, there's always danger lurking in the alien planet. Like, what is that thing right there?
Well, Aaron, why don't you ink like this anymore?
Uh,
That's a rhetorical question.
look at that.
I know, that's awesome. That's
It
like
takes a
Rudy
lot of
never
work.
is
That's
good.
why.
Rudy
Because
never
what?
is good.
takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
It
I
I
takes
wonder
a
if
lot of
Frazetta. I wonder if
work.
Frazetta ever said that.
Yeah.
No,
It
my
takes a lot of work.
wait a minute. My problem is that I get bored and then I start moving too quickly and then I end up looking like this.
Yeah.
So
You got to hang in there with the technique for the.
So what
Yeah.
you're saying is that your audience isn't worth it.
Oh,
wow, I don't think I said that. I don't think that's what I meant.
I like your inking now.
That's what it's implied. Yeah, yeah, I do too. I like the rough stuff. I like the
He likes it rough.
Yeah. Right. I don't know, especially these days with everything's so mechanical. It feels like so. I like it. The idea of like getting kind of sloppy with it, just so you can see little brush hairs if you look close. Little whatever. Just reality seeping into it a little more.
Hold on a second. Daniel Russell says, "Refunds, please."
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, Aaron, I think you should finish that piece. It's very cool.
Yeah. It's like homework. Oh.
And have it done by next week.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's inked. All I have to do is color it. So and you guys have got me into the painting mode now. So it's not as.
Then don't worry about the texture. That's part of the deal.
Well, it is now because it's.
You got it. Yeah.
But at the time, it really ticked me off. I was like, oh.
Yeah, because that's not what you were going for.
Right. But I'm kind of used to it now. And I'm like, oh, it looks all right. I mean, it doesn't look any worse than if you did it with colored pencil, right? You'd still have some texture in there. And that's kind of what it looks like. But I was more into that sort of trying to get that Vargas really smooth look at the time.
Yeah. But I mean, you seen like what that Superman that David did had this texture that it looked like. I usually hate texture too, but like on his suit and on his skin a little bit, I don't know, that little bit of texture gives it this depth to it somehow. This I don't know. I really liked how that looks.
Well,
I might try to get something with a little more tooth in it.
I always liked painting that was rougher. You
like it rough too, huh?
Well, sometimes. Like, I mean, when I was younger, I was a huge Bama fan. I thought Boris was cool, but I always liked Frazetta too, who was much looser than those guys, and. But then, I see something that we used to call like painterly, right?
Yeah.
That you could see the brush strokes and you could. Sergeant,
or.
Yeah.
That's why I always went to that kind of stuff. Remington, Sergeant.
Yeah, I'm thinking NC Wyeth over his
Wyeth.
Andrew Wyeth.
Yeah.
Or Dean Cornwell, even,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a big Cornwell poster framed in my house.
You used to have original Redondo painted in your house.
Yeah. Well, that's long gone.
That was great. That oil painting from like
it was a Conan cover.
Yeah, Savage Tales or Savage Sword, one of the two. But
yeah,
great.
That was the salad days.
The all or nothing days.
Good old Nestor Redondo. He was a good guy too. Nice guy. Only talked to him a few times, but.
Oh yeah, he was sheesh. He was a gentleman. I had a long conversation with him when I was putting together my inking book and trying to get contributors, and I asked him to contribute.
Ooh,
can you imagine Redondo Overrood?
That would have been so cool.
but between the time I talked to him and the book actually happened, he passed away.
Oh man, I found my page. I bought that book and I was inking the Steve Rude pages out of it because I was at like the height of my obsession over you guys' work on Nexus, and I couldn't find it. I can't find it now. I found it and then I lost it again. So I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna pull it out because I think I was pulling some really sweet feathering in that. But that paper bled just a little bit, just enough to annoy the crap out of me.
Really? Of course, the dude doesn't like feathering.
Yeah. Well, who cares what he wants?
I know.
I like a good feathering.
That's why I did so much dry brush is because he loved the dry brush, and that's so much easier than feathering.
I do love the dry brush too. Yeah, it looks great.
I've got the book over in my bookcase, but I haven't looked at it in years. Did you get Nino to do anything in there?
No.
That was crazy.
I didn't even think of that. That would have been amazing.
You did get Mark Schultz on there.
Yeah.
Who is phenomenally crazy with how he inks.
Oh,
he actually will use an eraser. He uses like paper of such quality or thickness that he'll take an electric eraser and grind out the inks that aren't working. Insanity. But I loved it. I learned a lot from that book, honestly.
I got a piece of my sketchbook from Schultz, and I saw him at San Diego, and I was like, how much are you going to charge me to do a sketch? Because I don't like drawing at shows. He goes, I'll take it home with me. I was like, well, how much? And he's like, well, why don't we just trade? And I'm like, you want to trade a piece of my artwork for yours?
Everything you have for one of mine.
Yeah. So I did him a John Carter of Deja Thoris and Tars Tarkas. And I remember.
Were you putting extra pressure on yourself to really knock it out of the park?
Oh my God.
Yes.
Like, it's got to be the best, thing I've ever done. And it was a nice piece, actually it was. And but he had the book for months, right? And I was like, I wanted to get my book back. And I thought, but I hadn't done my sketch either. And I thought, you know what? If I do the sketch for him and send it to him, that'll put the pressure on him. And it did. I got it like less than a month later.
Yeah, nice. He was waiting to see if you would own up.
You have it around?
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, break it out, sucker.
I'm painting Frankenberry.
Nobody gives up.
Yeah, I've got,
you already lost.
these Drew Strutz and Color Originals line.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm too busy to show.
All right, hang on a second.
Because I'm painting.
Good thing this isn't a competition, so I don't have to worry about losing or anything.
You got a good 20 minutes
to finish losing.
You finished losing. You got 20 minutes to finish losing. All right, here we go.
I can't look. I'm working. I'm trying to finish this.
Yeah,
piece.
exactly. I'm trying.
Ooh. Whoa, is that Frazetta or that's Schultz? Oh, wow. Dang.
See, how did you not show that a long
Look
time
at that
ago?
band.
I hate to see what you did for him.
Yeah, right.
It's not quite as good.
Oh, you brought the heat. I'm kind of curious, actually, how much you labored over that.
Well, you got to remember, I did mine before I saw this.
Oh, yeah.
So
he was doing the same thing. He was waiting to top you. He was like, "Oh, let's see."
Yeah, waiting to see how much effort to put into it.
Yeah,
it's like Daffy Duck does his dance, and then here comes Bugs Bunny with his two-step.
I love that the way he does that. It's not even. Is it considered dry brush what he does?
Yeah, I think it's like split hair.
Absolutely.
Split hair brush. Yeah.
Look at that fur.
Split hair dry brush. Yep.
Yeah, freaking phenomenal.
Frazetta did that, and textures and fur and stuff like that. Wow,
yeah, look at that.
Look at the tongue.
I love looking at his layouts too because they're extremely detailed pencil renderings. That are done pretty small, but you could just see all the smudging and everything. Like he really works on his little layouts. What do you got there? What is that?
Yeah,
I opened my own sketchbook.
Oh, look at that, Howard!
That's awesome.
Because I figured I wanted a nice piece of artwork to open the sketchbook, but I didn't want to pay someone to do a double-page spread, so I did it myself.
Yeah, he drew the most elaborate opening page to your own sketchbook.
Right, and it puts the pressure on everybody else, right?
Oh, good point. Yeah.
And so I got Adam was the first guy.
Wow. Good deal. Man, he's so smooth with them markers, man.
Mr. Mitchell-Pitlick saying, "Say my name." Say
Is
it.
he drooling on the bar?
Actually, I told him what I wanted him to do. I said, "Could you draw Mr. Mitchell-Pitlick dreaming of Supergirl?" Because I wanted one of his goofy characters because he does this stuff so well. But I had to have a babe in it too, right? But
Right.
I didn't expect him to do like full figure. I figured I'd just get a headshot of her up there. But yeah, that was awesome. $100.
Whoa.
Really? Wow.
Those days are gone.
Hey,
And I remember when he was doing them for 60 way back in the day. And I wish I got one.
Oh,
Ooh,
Kevin Nolan.
Kevin. Or I'm sure Mr. Nolan, actually.
well, it's so funny because he really didn't want to do a sketch, and I said, "Well, I don't want Batman." I said, "Do like Jack Pumpkinhead." And he went, "Oh, okay." So,
Oh, that's great. Okay,
So,
good to know.
Aaron, if you inked that, would the value go up or down?
That's a good question. Probably down.
Well, it's inked though.
Well, I mean, I would do a good job on it because I know what he's doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I could.
That's true.
No one
How many-
thinks Kevin Nolan.
Yeah, how many
he's
times
like-
has that happened? Yeah.
Hillary Barda does great zombies.
Oh, I love Hillary
He
Barda.
said,
Yeah.
let's see. He says, and I said I wouldn't be caught dead in an Aaron Lopresti sketchbook. And he says, Aaron asked me, insisted that I sign this. He wasn't even going to sign it. I made him sign it, and he was pissed at me.
He's one of those guys that like you'll be talking about him on some obscure part of the internet, and then he'll be like, "I didn't actually say that." I'm, wait, what? He'll just like show up.
You are skipping some stuff.
Well, that's Chris
Who
Ayers,
did-
character
Who?
designer. Chris Ayers, he's a character designer. Animated
That is
film.
amazing.
I did him
You
a
could,
Wonder
you
Woman.
could
and
feel
he
the
did
weight in that.
So you asked him to do Wonder Woman.
No.
Yeah.
He asked me to do Wonder Woman, and then I said, just give me one of your creatures or something, an alligator or something.
Okay.
And so he did the Wonder Woman shtick on there with the
Very clever.
He ate her.
hey now.
What? You're in.
Peter DeSev.
Oh, I love that guy.
Brad.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, he's a story artist, so it's going to be a lot less methodical, right?
Yeah.
Or no, he's a designer, not a story artist. He should have brought more heat.
That's
Yeah.
me penciling with Nino over inking it.
Oh,
Wow.
word. Are you paying commission rights,
Hey,
rights for
I
this
did
stuff?
that. I had
Yeah,
Nina-
Yeah, because I was talking to David. He had this really cool Nino Batman piece. And I went, "Oh, that's so cool." I said, "But the anatomy's so like right on." He goes, "Yeah, well, I drew it and had him ink it." And I went, "That's genius." I drew what I wanted him to draw, and then he just inked it and turned it into a Nino drawing.
Wow, that's a good idea.
Oh, that is good. Hmm.
Travis Charest,
Oh,
Whoa.
come on.
Wow.
he was pissed at me too. So he's Aaron, now you die.
Why was he pissed at you?
Well,
I'm
because I talked
noticing
to like
a
year
Aaron, I'm
before.
noticing a motif here.
Yeah, I know. I'd seen him at a con the year before, and we were sitting next to each other. And I said, I wanted him to do a sketch, how much he charged me to do a sketch in his book. And he said, "Well, just bring it in. I'll do it for free and we can trade or something." And I said, "Okay." So I brought it the next year and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to draw it." And I said, "Dude, you promised you would." And he's like, "Oh." So he did it.
That's so good.
Wow.
Very cool.
Anyway, those are the highlights.
I got let me see if I got it right here. I have very little original art.
Now I got to show something. I love it.
I wonder if I got it. I got a Bill Willingham
Oh,
drawing.
great. We got 5 minutes left. I haven't finished Frankenberry now.
Oh,
Thanks a
forget
lot,
it. I'm
Gary.
finishing mine.
Shit, I ain't racing no clock. You know that.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you to share your entire sketchbook.
Well, it was there. So
My wife's sketchbook.
uh-oh.
And I-
All right. Oh,
Oh wow.
is that
Steve-
rude?
Yep.
Is that before you guys got in a fight?
Could
Yeah,
you?
yeah, that was before.
You got into a fight with Steve the Dude?
Oh, that's awesome, man. Look at that.
Wow, that's great.
Dave Stevens.
Stevens.
Nice.
Oh man.
Nice.
Oh, you got Dave in there?
Yeah.
I like
Jason
that for him as a
Palmer.
compliment.
Wow.
Jake.
Oh, that's nice.
You can tell a real difference between the sketches that other artists get compared to fans. Because, like, these are some of the best sketches I think I've ever seen in a sketchbook. Look at that! What the?
This is what Gary did for. He says he can't color, but he did this for my wife, and he was making sure this wasn't for me. And he wrote this. This is for you, Sandra, because we both know this is not for David. It's all torso. But look at the line work on this.
That's awesome. Oh, whoa! What did you ink that first?
It's all
Is that-
it's all Indian ink. It's all the colored inks that he
Colored
did.
inks, yeah, just layered it with darker.
It's amazing.
Is that one you were telling me to use earlier? The sepia or no? The
Yep.
yeah. Hmm.
And I got a Bruce Timm.
Oh, nice.
The villain. It's dark.
Darn.
What else do I got in
I
there?
love Bruce Timm.
Got some hidden ones. Mike Fontanelli did this.
Idiot.
Oh,
He worked on Ren and Stimpy.
Oh, Ren. You feeling any better?
I got a
Right.
Travis. She did.
Yeah,
Oh.
she did.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Now I see why you gave her the sketchbook.
Yeah, right? What else do I got in here? It's like all these guys didn't want to be butted up, and so they started spreading out all over the place in this sketchbook.
Oh, yeah, leave some room between me and Travis Charest. Yeah, I understand.
Shane Glines.
Oh, yeah.
man.
Whoa. God, you don't see Shane Glines actually doing thorough artwork very often.
Color in there, man.
That is very
Yeah.
cool.
He pasted this in here. He drew it on a separate piece of paper and pasted it in.
Oh, okay.
That's smart.
Patrick Owsley.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I love that.
It looks like it's printed, but
Yeah.
it's all
Yeah.
marker. So yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Dang, man. All
One
right.
day I'll bring out my other sketchbooks.
Yeah, I got a Bob Burden sketch in a birthday card. When I was at Gaijin, Bob Burden used to always come by. Yeah, it was my birthday, and I had everybody in the studio drew something in a card, and Bob Burden was there, so he did something too. I still got that somewhere. I don't know. I got a Dave Johnson piece that I did push-ups for.
Yeah.
I
Hey, Gary.
didn't have any money. So.
Show some of that stuff that you have in behind you.
What do you got?
What do I got
Ooh.
behind me? What do you mean?
Oh,
No, Gary.
Oh, Garrett.
Talking about, I don't know if you could see this. It's in plastic. Steve Rude,
Ooh.
dry brush. So I didn't do any feathering. It's all dry brush.
Yeah.
Like even the special effects, energy
Yeah.
stuff is.
Remember when I first started seeing that, I thought you were using I was like, how's he doing that? Pencil or something? Like I didn't understand dry brush when I first saw that.
Oh, is that crayon?
Yeah, I started hearing about that Conte crayon or whatever it is, and
Mhm.
I still didn't understand it. I still don't understand it.
We used to use those
Now we
black
just
commercial art. We used to use those
look at
black
Gary.
colored crayon pencils all the time for shading like that.
How big is that? Is that
What is that? A
what it
young
was?
samurai boy? Who is that?
Oh, that's
That's,
the girl from Stranger Things.
11. 11.
Oh, I never saw that show.
Look at that.
Kind of looks like Ray
It's like-
from Star Wars.
It's got some of that Kevin Nolan cross hatching.
Yeah.
Is that the same girl that plays Ray from Star Wars?
No.
Oh,
Hmm.
Come
and
on.
this is the stuff on top is
I don't watch this trash. I don't know.
Showing how much of a nerd he's not.
yeah.
I'm a nerd from appropriate time period, the 80s and the 90s. Wonderful. Now we can just stare.
Okay, Aaron.
Gary, throw up your gang sign.
Perfect.
He's all waka waka waka.
That's the old gang.
Well, so what's the clock situation?
We're way past the time.
Are we?
Yeah.
Just waiting on Aaron as usual.
You guys distracted me, and now you're going to use it against me?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll show you what I've got done. I'm going to finish this, though.
But just put it on your kid card or stack.
Yeah. All right.
Aaron did Pinky Tuscadero on her period.
Yeah. Hey now.
Wow. Good. That's great.
So I got
So
caught
what's
up in all
the story, Aaron? What's the storytelling? What's he gawking at?
He's been discovered in the shadows of his lair by none other than Count Chocula, who I haven't drawn yet.
So Mrs. Frankenberry discovered his browsing history.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
I got all caught up in the
I've been hacked.
shadows in the lighting effect here, and didn't get to the painting part.
This is amazing.
Beautiful.
Laptop.
All right,
light.
you won.
Thank you.
That's very cool.
Thank you. So we'll see what it looks like when I get it all colored up. But
Okay, you're not done, so I got time to win.
yeah. Squibs for $4.99 says, I just had a thank you for that very much. I just had a few phone calls back to back. Did you read my last super chat? I'm so sorry. Can you read it again? You guys are slaying it today. It's amazing. Thank you, Squibs. I think I did. That was like an hour ago, wasn't it?
Do you slate it?
No, that I read.
Oh,
Didn't he ask? It was something
Aaron
about
plays it so often he can't remember.
Oh, it was like I slayed it, man. No, it was like, wasn't it the one that was the question for David and commissions?
Oh, yeah.
Because
wait a minute.
sorry, we didn't get to it right away. That's why.
We had 4 kids. Yeah, okay, that was a powdered milk. We got that, and of course, Zaid, Aaron, are you getting Bisley on the show? Yeah, okay. That's
getting busy.
Getting Bisley on the show. Well, let's take a look at. Well, as I'm looking for the super chat, let's take a look at what. Kelsey.
Unfinished. Oh.
Yeah.
There we go.
Awesome, baby.
Look how the spoon and those
I had
little,
the little white there.
that really pops out there. Draws attention from the main focus.
Got her saucy look. Her
There's
boobs
Squibs. Yeah, it's how do we contact DWAMs for a commission? Thank you. And you said through Instagram, and that was it was DWAMs
94.95.
94.95. Boom.
I win. You hear me?
Or DWAM's art. Fine. I have 2 Instagrams.
All right. Yeah. Clearly the winner. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if it were a competition, it would definitely be third, if not higher.
I was thinking 5th.
Okay.
5th. At least 6.
I just think
you
guys
lost
used
to the invisible man.
you guys used distraction techniques on me, which kept me from finishing. So
you're the host.
All right, David. Let's see if David got done. Oops.
It's reverse date. Clearly first place. Look how ripped he is.
Like that belly button right there kind of bleeping out.
He's doing some Captain Crunches.
It's
He's using Sandra's commission piece as reference.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
They don't call him Captain
That's
Crunch
funny.
for nothing.
Captain Crunches.
Daniel Russell says for Kelsey's piece, $50 confirmed. It would be more if it wasn't on cheap paper.
Wait, this is like this kind of paper. It's Canson paper.
Oh, okay.
Nice paper.
There you go. Now it's
Bristol
$5 more.
At 55
Yeah,
bucks
it's at
now.
least 25.
$5.
Yeah.
Geek Avenger says
23.75?
Magic Mike as Captain Crunch.
I just imagine him dancing. Like,
Yep.
oh,
Girls night out.
Look at this.
Nice
Somebody's got,
crunch.
look at Joe says David sandbags on Graybeard's. Wow. Wow.
sandbagger.
Matt
What
Hep
does that mean? Is
says
that a racial
$100.
slur? Oh.
Matt Hep says $100 confirmed. I don't care about the paper.
Hey,
Oh, look
There
at
you
that.
go.
It's bidding already. It's started, and we still have like 6 weeks before the next.
all right. I'll remember you. You're the high bid right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. And then start the bidding at 100.
We'll just start there. Yeah.
Dad's Den of Pop Culture says, looks like Captain Crunch is heading for the Trix Rabbit.
That's right.
Hey, baby. You gotta remember that shot bath for both of us.
There's the
Bravo.
next combined double paid
Well.
spread. Squibs for $1.99. Thank you, Squibs. Appreciate it. All of you win today, in my opinion. Best CG show, period.
We all win at least fourth place.
That's right.
There
I
you go.
can't. This is a tough one because Kelsey, I guess, is the only one who finished. So therefore, he would technically, if it was a competition, he might actually be declared the victor today. But it's not a competition, so it's just all good fun. Now, if anybody'd like to point out in the chat that mine is their favorite, well, that's totally okay. But,
I still say Gary won.
Yeah, Gary. I'll say it's my favorite. I really like the way he did that piece. I like the chunky shadowing and everything.
Yeah.
I like his expression. I want to see it with Count Chocula in there. I think
Yeah,
that'll
me
really
too.
put it over
Me
the
too.
edge.
Aaron came
Well,
with it. He is
I was
mastered.
gonna do a separate piece with Count Chocula. I'm kind of into this idea. Like I said, I've got like this idea for Super Sugar Crisp Bear that I want to do as well. So I might do these over the course of the next few days. Do a bunch of them.
You have really mastered these pins.
You put me up to it, man.
Yeah.
Mark Pengram says Aaron is being shady per usual.
Wow.
What?
We're gonna see Aaron's full obsession over cereal on display in the next couple of weeks.
I think he means shady because you're using a lot of shadows on your.
No, I don't think that's what he means at all. There you go.
You got it.
I got it. Tried to
Yeah,
help
no.
you, Mark. I tried to help you. God, still got it.
You asked for it.
What was this? Matt Hep says Aaron losing on his own show. Is he the new Smiller?
Oh,
damn.
He can't lose when it's not a competition.
Mhm.
George
I mean,
Alvarez
this-
says Aaron is cooking the books. I don't know.
And this was only a sketch, but then it came out good, so
That's right. It's just a sketch. Amanda says Kelsey won with creativity. Now, I'd agree with that. He had the more creative approach there.
James
I
is
thought,
right.
I thought Captain Crunch was pretty.
it is pretty clever.
Well, it's amazing how your two pieces go together so well. You weren't even trying.
Yeah.
Aaron,
They're
Aaron,
both
you missed
horny.
James's plug for Comic Art Combo.
Oh yeah, he's always on my case because I always forget. There it is. Aaron, don't forget to plug the Comic Art Convo this Saturday. Opening topic is our favorite crossover comics. So like Captain Crunch crossing over with Trix.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Well, that's 4:00 Pacific time right here on this Bat channel. We'll be discussing our favorite crossovers.
I like what was it? The amalgam thing with the Batman and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Wolverine, or what was his name?
Now the best one was Doctor Strange Fate. That was as inked by Kevin Nolan.
You're
Yeah,
right.
that
That
was
was,
awesome.
that was awesome.
incredible. Spike is mad. Trixie is seducing the captain, and Frankenberry is appalled. There you go. They all fit together.
Yeah.
Perverts. Like, what is going on over there? So I'm paying Dark Claw. What is Dark Claw?
That's what it was.
Oh, Dark Claw. Oh, the Wolverine back.
Well,
man. Okay.
Jim Ballant did one, and then there was another one that was done by the Rick Burchett, right? The anim crew or the animation, the Batman animated crew.
Burchett? Yeah.
Yeah, that was really awesome. Actually, I like that one. Dark Claw.
Well, gentlemen, another tremendous show that leaves us all wondering who the true victor is. But if it were a competition, we'd be debating that feverishly. But it's not, so it doesn't really matter.
True victor is the audience, the chat.
That's right. You guys
True winners
are the winners in this whole thing. David is showing off his. I was going to say his boobs, but that's not really what. This piece is already sold, but there it is. Look at that.
The chat wins for putting up with our crap each week. That's what.
Right. That's right.
David, how did you get that glowing halo? That light purple. It's like her
talent.
That halo is glowing.
That was the gouache underneath, and then layers of it, and then I did the acrylic, and I mixed blue in with the purple, and so I just went right towards the edge.
Okay. So it's the undercolor.
Yeah.
Art of Roy
Very
says
cool.
Captain Crunch doesn't get soft in milk.
Wow.
And Trixie's like, that's what they all say. Prove it.
Oh my gosh.
See, I thought we were going to end up doing the fast food ones, and I had a corny joke already ready for that one. Remember what I told you, Aaron? I said, how did what was it?
Dude, you don't even remember your own joke.
From Wendy's. How did Wendy's get? How did she get pregnant? How did she get pregnant? The Burger King forgot to wrap his Whopper.
Oh, geez.
How much for our kids? show?
Hey, that's for the kids. Wrap it up. Yeah, that's when he pulled out.
So anyway, all right, let's wrap this up. I want everybody to remember that if you want a Garbage Man shirt, I still have some. So contact me. No, everybody here has got something going on. I've got Wraith of God Blood Hunters. The link is in the description of this. Let me try that again. The link to the campaign is in the description of this video, so you want to check that out if you have a moment. Gary has, of course, his art book coming up, Brushed with Destiny: Why Black Lines Matter, and it's you'll find the link in the description of this video. David Williams, Bass Reeves, West of Hell is still available, and you can get that by clicking on a link in the description of this video. And of course, our own Kelsey Shannon showing you the why he's a first place finisher.
The fluffy pillows of destiny.
That's right. You can check him out on his YouTube channel. He does a lot more drawing just like this almost daily. And
Monday through Thursday, 11 to noon.
There you go. And there's a link to his YouTube channel. You go there and subscribe. That would be great. And please, if you haven't liked or subscribed to this channel, I'd appreciate it if you do that as well, so we can continue to grow this and get phenomenal guest star artists that we don't pay anyway, so really it doesn't matter. But if I can tell them I have more viewers, maybe they'll be more likely to come on. So there you go. Ken Jackbean says, why did the Burger Queen divorce Burger King? Oh, gosh, I can't even read the rest of that. You can read it yourself in the chat.
You got to super chat that one. You got to make him read it. That's how it works.
All right. Well, anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for all the super chats, you guys. Yeah, this is just a great time for all of us. We really enjoy doing it, and you guys are making this the new biggest sensation on the internet. So stay with us, and we'll see you guys next week right here. Graybeard's